personally think that the best way that you find acceptance for people on the internet is by just being an example of it and going about your life and just
sort of sit in my own little place looking out on the world through the internet. But it's bad. It is bad that we have
that is sort of that could destroy the internet and why you should stop it. Okay. But yeah, do what I'm going to have to be very careful about how I search for things on the internet, like for evidence and for reports about. Hi, people of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans, and I'm a man with tits.
Question to ponder of: is the internet alive? Could it be alive? And if it was alive, what might happen?
Primarily because, at least I think, because the internet is run on advertising. The internet is run charts out somewhere on the internet that are like, here are the best people to ask out to make the most money, because Skyrim is...
You give them free access to the internet, you let them think for themselves. As a liberal, they're gonna think what we want them to think.
I'll talk to you guys. And kind of, you're the internet. You're going to send me death threats one way or the other.
Searched for a thing, you looked at a thing, we want to give you more of it. Because the whole thing about the internet is it's so vast, everything is out there.
Set. Once I have that, it's like, okay, I can get the internet, I can get this, and I can get these other things, because those are a hello woman, I like your tits, because this is the internet and we are nothing but classy.
I could do even a sort of explanation of how the fuck the tits on the internet happened. How the fuck Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans. Now, because this is the internet. Okay, you show a sign of weakness, people will target it. Okay, so if you say centuries old, go back to something that predates the internet. That way I can debate you. Yeah, I mean, I know the intellectual caliber of commenters is the world that we live in. This is the fucking internet. So, you do have to be fucking careful when it comes. You fucking madmen! Are you goddamn kidding me? Okay, the internet fucking functions on having these solar panels and a whole, rank of emergency batteries, and have yourself a local intranet to serve as the internet. I'm gonna twat about on the internet, and I'm gonna be able to stay alive doing that. And yeah, it's hard. Why I will, I spend my time on the internet most of the time, so I could, if I wanted, say, oh yeah, I'm a pathetic individual and I rant on the internet and I write weird fiction and I fail at games. And get it out and keep my goddamn internet good enough. Yeah! All is that if my dad were of the opinion that we should completely cut off the internet to stop feeding the trolls, vulnerable to the proddings and pushings of idiots on the internet. Even if in some instances those proddings and pushings are from very... Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans. Pay for electricity, in the modern world, if you've got an internet to pay for, you've got tax bills to pay for. Take your sorry ass down off the internet. I will. But that's the same as my videos, really. If I can make the videos, I want to sort of go out with a sort of, almost internet bomb and sort of poof, all of my data has been deleted.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans, and today,
Other than screaming at idiots on the internet about how, oh man, you're so totally wrong and I'm so totally best. You do not fucking like that, and I know I'm saying that to the internet. I'm saying that to the people who rang up my. It's like, so what? Someone was mean on the internet. So fucking what?
and I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of the internet is words. I read all of the time. Okay.
General by life. But if you've got a computer, if you've got internet access, and if you're fucking white, and you
The internet will hate me no matter what. The internet will want me to commit suicide. The internet will want me to die. Okay, I'm shameless on the internet, but I am terrified of embarrassing myself in front of people, and I'm terrified of.
It's basically the way it is with the internet, except with the internet, everything is connected. So people will just find another way around it, and it's like energy cuck on the internet. One idiot with Asperger's syndrome, Kalman syndrome. I'm not going to harm anyone. Chart all of the different kinds of YouTube channels on the internet. I must watch and consume every piece of information in the on the internet, among people. That is, well, why are all the fit young men here? Send them back off. Of like, don't you think the guy with the Farschnook as his internet brand might be ever so slightly biased in my favour, old chap? You're watching this on the fucking internet! Natural, my goddamn arse. And also, how do we deal with overpopulation in post-scarcity? That's my whole thing, my whole shtick, is that I'm the fucking weirdo on the internet that people love to laugh at, right? You're obsessed with a creepy weirdo on the internet, and that you are yourself a creepy weirdo on the internet. That truly is the. They have got, a multiversal internet to a certain extent, but still keeping track of that, making.
I can't publish it, but at least I can, with the aid of the internet, put it out there for people to find if they want. And that's why.
Boring. So what? A bunch of sadacts on the internet like to waste their pocket money trying.
And different. This is the age of the internet. You can be bullied for anything. Okay, you can be bullied because, oh God, of course, it's the internet. You say one thing, people say, oh, well, I do the other thing, right? That's the way the internet works. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans. You catch me. Everything's gonna be fine. We've got the internet. We crowdfunding. We can do things. And Trump's been elected. Text has been very good for productivity. Sort of listening to Hello Internet first, and then listening to Cortex is like, Hello Internet! Some random idiot with testosterone issues on the internet and say, hi, watch my propaganda. I know everything. You kind of shouldn't, because if you care about something on the internet, it will be used against you. Who would get angry, like, you're autistic and you're on the internet and you shouldn't be on the internet, and it's just like with words. They must be fought on the battlefield of the internet, on the battlefield of dialectic, of discussion, And so I'm trying to kind of not use the internet so much as my safe space in that regard. And I think essentially I am still essentially using the internet
as a counsellor, as just something to talk to, so that I'm not just talking. Like that, that I happen to be on the internet, and they are scaring others in my family. The internet is being infected by this greed. It is being infected by fear.
Supposing there were workarounds, like if the internet was cut off, like if I couldn't have an internet browser, say. Here on the wider internet and YouTube, we here at Freedom International, we are the reviewers.
This person who makes videos on the internet and is a fucking unknown that you admit to yourself. Yes, I will tell the internet, the place that hates me and wants to destroy me. My living is literally dependent on the internet and kind of shit I do for fun and interest and all these kinds of things. So Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans, and today the podcast. And people know, but that's fine. That's fine. This is the internet. People be as they shall be. But anyway, Walsall Matt was, he was talking about the Greed. Yes, I will tell the internet, the place that hates me and wants to destroy me. Some error. I've been binging Hello Internet and Cortex lately. Probably related, actually, given that finishing a podcast why I got bullied so much, and that's why I'm basically immune to you fuckers now. So, yeah, I just... If you're on the internet and you get insulted, it's the internet.
We're over that. As the internet generation, we are fucking over that. Okay? We have had enough. We would have as flourishing a culture on the internet if there wasn't as free a market as sort of subscription channels, internet subscriptions, stuff that is an idea on that's not just prevalent on the internet but in the world in general, which is, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is, right? There is no social life, or whose social life largely depends on the internet. But at the same time, I don't. Because
that's why you feel the need to insult a fucking autistic virgin on the internet, because it makes you feel so much better. Or the collaborative commons, or the Internet of Things, and essentially this is the idea.
Testosterone injection. I've moved back down from university and I've spent a year basically in one room on the internet. I can't smell, and
play, right? Fuck me, I don't matter. But there are people out there on the internet, vulnerable people.
And you've got the understanding and the time and internet and electricity is free. There are lots of attempts is flown remotely over the internet. Okay? So our brave men and boys who are flying those drones don't have, and that you are yourself a creepy weirdo on the internet. That truly is the smartest thing for you to do. And it's like, yeah, no. This is the internet. This is the hate base. Okay? So there are limits, right? If you happen to have a short attention span like most of the internet, then you can easily just watch 7 minutes at a time, and that's fine. Free time up the wazoo, and access to the internet and to augmented reality and to a 3D printer. Okay. The first is I've been listening
Cortex and Hello Internet, and I've been watching CGP Grey's videos, and
you know, I mean, the internet is a cruel thing because there are our insulting of random people on the internet to preach the necessities of enthusiastic consent. Because, you know,
except of course it's not quite so simple because we've got the internet now. And so I don't, you know, we are in the age of the internet, so I can, you know, watch all these shows and let's plays and podcasts. So is anything created on the internet, right? Like if you have the ability to distribute it for free, why
benefits? So I've got my free internet, so I can just stay inside and do my stuff. And so it's like, then, you know, they might be in America and then they might have all kinds of shitty regulation and it's the internet. So you could have companies that are like, yes, we are totally
continent, right? I am just a fucking idiot on the internet that you seem to not be able to fathom that I the D&D 4E and play it with all these people across the internet. Anyway, I will see you guys later.
You know, I started being active on the internet and on YouTube. And, you know, okay, ladies and gentlemen of the internet, I just want to make this clear. I mean, it's bad enough being a kid growing up in the internet age nowadays.
Yeah, you could be that fella, you could be a coder, you could make fucking shitty videos on the internet. And you know what? The vast majority of cases you would make seeing of trans people's entire existences is a bad idea. Ladies and gentlemen, the internet is at your fingertips. Research before being confronted with transphobia. I side with the latter. You got insulted on the internet. Big whoop. You are not discriminated against and you're ignored because he happened to be someone weird on the internet that 4chan disliked. So they sent a hate mob to go and kill him. Looks like we made this change is that young people, because of the internet, because of the ability to make themselves heard in the age of, you know, the internet and iPods and stuff like that, like, you know, the Cold War and the fact of, oh no, somebody said things on the internet, right? What I'm going to talk about is a point that Jim Sterling raises, which is that, and I'm going to listen to Hello Internet and maybe play some Civ 5, I think, because I recently had a game, you know, get this 3D printed pattern off the internet and, you know, build or buy a 3D printer and to bugger, who is it that invented the internet? But you know, sort of, or even just like praise. And I'm not gonna let. I mean, I'm saying that to the internet, so of course I'm gonna inevitably look for information and extract it from the internet or from a book or whatever. So and then, you know, copy it over to somewhere so then you can do something with that. Go fucking big on it, you know. Or as Brady says in Hello Internet, if you're gonna be a bear, be a grizzly. If you're gonna be fucking writing that on the internet, do you think that we are compatible with such an unnatural environment? I say, right. Poor bugger gets, you know, horrible abuse of the internet, obviously. I mean, if I'm saying this shit, then that we really don't like. But that's the internet for you, right? I saw yesterday a meme going around that is you know what this guy said about you? And it's like, yeah, it's the fucking internet, mate. People are always gonna say horrible things about you.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans, and today I care about on YouTube and on Twitter and on Tumblr and on any other site on the internet that I happen to like. Good evening, great people of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans. Just doing a video basically going, misogynists on the internet, I call you out. I do realise that I have just written, the internet is down as I record this, and I'm listening to The Long Utopia at the moment. I've just finished Perdina's Fathom them, you know, like, I mean, there are corners of the internet where beautiful people go about their lives. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. I have curtains. I have, because some fuckers were stupid to me on the internet. Because some fuckers were sadistic to me on the internet, right? No. Right, I don't remember. Please, send us the dick pics. We want to have a way to spread it all throughout the internet because 4chan's insane, right? And I make videos and I write stuff on the internet, and that's the full triple name, just like boom boom boom. That must be from one of you lovely people on the internet. It has to be. Humans have iPads and VR and the internet. We have democracy, feminism, and human rights activists. We are so much of. I mean, it's the internet. We all sort of bit bad to each other, but I've been sort of neglected the money. Even if you're fucking PewDiePie, you have to love what you're doing. Because you are on the internet and you are showing your heart to the world. No, never mind. I just been around the internet enough to know that could be taken as sense. My dad makes his living from the internet. My mother makes her living from the internet. And whilst we are lost, lunatics on the fucking internet are preying on us. I mean, for God's sake, I've got a cult that I didn't know should have a higher expectation of representation than unknown idiots on the internet, because there will always be unknown idiots on the internet, and quite people can say, hey, we want to start a revolution so that we can have an internet to enable us to start a global revolution. Is our sofas and our iPhones and our internet, we would be going down the streets going, you fuckers, you're fucking killing people. But, you know, the internet is with the internet, I feel like the young have the ability to influence the old. Free Wi-Fi on the move is a very valuable tool. Okay, having the ability to access the internet is a very valuable fucking shitty internet. But I suppose while this is busy, yeah, I should just say that it's like the generation. Once the internet got up and running, once social media got up and running, once to zip diddly fucking squat to typed messages on the fucking internet. It's deep. It cuts deep, and yeah, I hate advertising revenue. Basically the entire internet runs on it, but people have ad blocks, right? And also, the internet is run on advertising. The internet is run on the people who make you want to buy stuff. Okay, because if this has been given to me by internet fans and they do want to see me, you know, play it, then fair enough, you know. If you guys screaming at
SJWs on the internet instead of lobbying Congress or Parliament. Step 4. Work in teams and coordinate.
And so, after so many after going on the internet, kind of because you're an ignorant arsehole, suppose it's just how British people talk to the internet, I don't know. But essentially, if you like my style, his is kind of
anymore. There was a time when I needed to check the internet. I don't anymore. Because with him, it's my boyfriend, I don't
looking towards a vocation as someone making videos for the internet. I didn't realise that. I appear to be in that situation now because
in my opinion. Because with the internet, we have had the connecting up of young people that is not restricted to the arseholes on the internet. Or indeed, this is a problem that is not restricted to the
Lottery is written by the winners, and the winners are the people who've got the fucking internet and iPhones and Facebook. You know,
genuinely, I have showed more flesh to the internet than I ever did to her. So, so it's yeah. But you know, and so I'm trying to kind of not use the internet so much as my safe space in that regard. And I think, kick me here, punch me here, this is how you get to me, come on, you know internet, hit me here, do it right. And so, because the toilet backed up, my dad cut the power to the internet, and then he started screaming and shouting. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans. I gotta tell you guys, right? If we didn't have the internet, if we didn't have safe spaces as a fucking concept, it would still be. I have interests that span across the globe and I'm on the internet, so it's quite easy to be talking to someone and then suddenly go, oh, you're. And I spend all my time on the internet, so I want money to spend on awesome stuff. So I want a job. Because I'm busy enough with the goddamn internet and with the YouTubes and the podcasts. And, you know, I've got that box. And you know what? I've got the internet. I'm good. Right? But what do I spend money on? What's around? It's a common sort of idea that you see around the internet and stuff. Like, what would you do if you could say something to your younger self, or you know, I could, if push came to shove, I could probably lose that. But I've got the internet. So yeah, it genuinely doesn't make a difference. Oh my god, but you upload it to the internet! Motherfucker, we all upload to the internet. Your laziness doesn't help with. You've got the entirety of the internet before you. It's like, well, you can spend ages sending emails off to people that will probably never get those about twatting away to people on the internet. Then I really am fucked. Today, it's travel agents, data analysts, and paralegals who... Hello, ladies and gentle peeps of the interneticus. It is I, Alex Jahans, and... Hello, welcome, fair people of the internet. My name is Alex Jahans, this is a vloggy woggy doodah. Go to the internet. You're commenting on the internet. You're sending me your goddamn opinions in the fucking comment system. And you're saying, you know, there's slight issues with, like, paying for internet. But, you know, it seems fine. You know, there's, like, you know, you need to be quiet after 11. Like, I don't think there's generally much to learn from, you know, people on the internet who insult me.
but certainly from my
Go and exercise your freedom of speech elsewhere on the internet, and I will give precisely 0 fucks. And if you try to exercise who hate me, does not change the fact that I am a fucking moron on the internet that does not fucking matter in the least. Interact with you, but I've got nothing in common with you. So instead, I'm going to use the internet to interact with people who I do have things in common with.
we live in a world where it is easier to find free Wi-Fi access to the internet than it is to get food. No one ever has to appear on a magazine for someone else. No one ever has to appear on the internet for someone else. Except that's... You think this gets to me? You think I'm intimidated because a bunch of fucking idiots on the internet they're gonna be physically violent? Knowing I'm gonna try and break the internet again. I'm looking for raunchy, and it's just... But, of course, it's, you know, the internet. People, you say that I'm gonna, you know, preach left-wing values. People say, well, thank you, you've convinced. Putting that out onto the internet means that people say, oh, well, in that case, you must join our club. But people do it all the time on the internet, you know. I mean, this is the problem with, you know, I've got a weakness, then it will be exploited to hurt you. The world on the internet is just sadistic and trying internet. And if you are going to watch TV through the internet, it is always better watching stuff that is downloaded, not to vent has caused more problems because the nature of the internet is that people seize upon weakness and they Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. I have just watched webcam broadcasting shit onto the internet because there's vague accusatory statements on the internet. Yay! And so it does make you think about things. And of course, you know, you've got to remember the 991 philosophy of the internet. So therefore, every message... Stop obsessing over someone on the internet because you disagree with them and you think they look funny. And you think... you know, that is the whole thing with the Steam library. Anything that you have an internet access on, you know, the internet is run on advertising, but because the internet is run on advertising, nobody gives a shit. Hotspots to use the internet and download podcasts, which means that kind of I don't have... It's like the biological equivalent of those people who make money off the internet by being hated. Yes, nasty stuff is happening to the individuals, but the upshot... a thing on the internet for an awful long time. I mean, I'm 23 and I set up an automated internet shopping website at the age of 40. So, there is a rule on the internet that, if you post anything up there... Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans. Cables to the internet. We're going to make it a global intranet. Well, now you've got a global intranet where people... dual things. It's got access to the internet and Wi-Fi. You can play it over this. And I got Super Mario 64 DS. Trigger me, right? Like, trigger warnings to the Joker part of the internet community is basically what has happened. Is that just before the internet happened, we got reality TV. And so I was looking up stuff randomly on the internet, doing, you know, like wiki freefall sort of things. If you have a computer, if you have the internet, you don't need so much being spent, because I didn't have an aerial connection. I had to go through the internet. And if you are going to watch TV through the internet, it is always...
Especially on the internet. The internet is the worst place in the world because the internet seizes upon weakness and it attacks.
It may just be that they say, what? You want me to spend a week without internet? Fucking no. And
Someone who makes really shitty videos on the internet. I am someone who never goes outside. I know that my chances of any... They track, right, what computers were where. They track... They have... This is what the internet is based on, is advertising.
and centuries gone by that have been compiled onto the internet, and they can access it at a few taps of their fingers, and that's
And as we move into the Internet of Things, that is a world where basically microchips are in everything. The ability to go to the library and use the internet and watch films and all this other stuff, just sleeping on the street. So I've been listening to Hello Internet on my tablet while walking around the park in the fucking glorious sunshine. And sort of do an archaeological expedition going through into the internet and I climbed down some fucking rabbit. I wasn't a small-dicked weirdo on the internet who never goes outside. I could ask him.
these are great monopolies of creative media, right? Except when they go onto the internet, they twatting about on the internet because it makes me feel good. And the trolls go, oh, but thou art a muffin.
And then listening to Cortex is like, you know, hello internet, you've got Brady there as the kind of, the buffer of, well, I just...
Loads of other people, okay? It's the fucking internet. Global diversity, cultural diversity, okay? There are going to be things that...
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet, my name is Alexander Gordon Jahans, and I have just watched... Because you are. Because this is how the internet works, right? Yes, there are all sorts of endeavours that you can use and that they might... Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. So this is a trailer for Monday. I can get a job that means I can just work over a wireless internet connection and just... I mean, I'd have to learn to drive first, but to just...
Of all pages on the internet will have an advert on them. Even if that advert is just... If we can just control the internet somehow and stop the internet from impinging. We
know this, we've accepted this, and this is the price of a free internet, basically, right? You know, well, not free internet because you have to pay for cable, means nothing. Hopefully this is just posturing on the internet. Hopefully I'm an oversensitive idiot, right? I would... That human rights should be abolished. Who hates the internet? Yay feminism. Yay feminism. I mean, I'm sure it's entirely... You know, then maybe that might break the internet. But it is genuinely this kind of this... It goes...
a minute. The Farshnik grudge. Oh, for fuck's sake, the internet ruins everything, doesn't it? Sadly smiled. I was asking if you wanted another one.
To impeach Donald Trump, what we need is to get rid of Stephen Bannon. And that is where the internet is a useful tool.
Because, I mean, okay, certain things need the internet to run because of, but, you know, supposing that there were...
Right, you know, well, not free internet because you have to pay for cable, but in terms of having things being free on the internet, the price is, well, basically depend on being connected through the internet, that it can be, that it's double-edged sword, you know. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. So, I finished listening to the Hydrogen Sonata. And when you know that you have a fan base, when you know that one of the leading critics on the internet is a fan of dates to libraries and so have access to internet. So you have got the bad guys, FNAF, let me twirl my moustache, while at the same time the internet is kind of like raring for a fight. Yeah, I have enough things now that, you know, if the internet was cut off, I mean, okay, certain things need the internet to run there, and they get shit. And I know, it's YouTube, it's the internet, you get shit, end of.
But then my computer will explode, and then the internet will be shut down, and then Fuhrer Trump will invade England.
Yeah, posse, we must go! There's someone doing things on the internet that we don't like. They go over. They're like, oh my god, look. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans. Groups of the internet might do that, but bearing in mind that certain groups of the internet also think it's okay to fuck babies. So, to spy on you 24/7 and weaken the infrastructure of the internet. Okay, right? Now, I know that there are people who are like, greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans. At which point, you've got the generation that grew up with the internet in charge, and yeah, those
ago, when the technology was so shit, when the internet was so shit. With VR and AR and haptic feedback, we are gonna get
idiots, imbeciles, are idiots. But you know, the internet is just fucking annoying and predictable and fucking frustrating. I just need to get a job that lets me have good food, have good internet, and move out. Cultured beef and virtual reality and augmented reality and iPads and the internet, you know, it just doesn't make sense. So hey guys, everybody put your shit out on the internet, but talk to someone. Talk to fucking someone in your life. There is an aesthetic becomes popular in the mainstream, and then you get the internet. Then you get the bloggers and the vloggers. Then I've got a new smartphone now, so I can, you know, browse the internet and stuff. So I don't have to go with the laptop. How the internet can just fucking destroy people. I mean, it's tried to destroy Anita Sack.
and actresses who are just being so great and witty on the internet, and it's like I am basically on Tumblr now, following up.
Hello, greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. I am Alex Jahans, and one who has opinions we don't like, and you hold them on the internet. How dare you? You must go away and stop doing it because, well, we only like you. Okay, we will get rid of the internet. We'll get rid of the internet. Okay, we're gonna bite the bullet. You know, it's gonna be a massive
Limit in any way the internet. If you threaten to do something that will harm the things white people care about,
that's already silencing people. That's already changing the way we act on the internet. We're already victim blaming
people who matter to you. Don't worry about some fucking stranger on the fucking internet. I'll get by. I always do.
And when I was on the internet, it was a much more different kind of the internet. We live in an age where privacy is dead. Is two bored fuckwits on the internet, motivated by their own fucked up reasons.
Or, you know, now the internet and virtual reality and augmented reality, things like that.
Realise that this great freedom of speech is why I am on the internet doing the shit I want to do, but you are kind of
Literally had their nervous systems like hooked up to the internet, right? Unfortunately, he was a very smart man, so he had all sorts of protections.
hello, people on the internet. Wanted to, I would have gone and searched for an explanation. You see? I have the internet. I have this thing where I can go out and find knowledge.
Then the part of the internet that I care about explodes with no, and it's like, this is when I'm going through.
That runs on electricity, that runs on internet. And you have that consistently. And you have a populace that is older and that be like, yo, what's up? I've just scanned the entirety of the internet and it turns out that you all are pretty darn rich.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. So I'm currently. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. I've been trying to look on the bright, thinking this stuff. I'm perfectly happy writing this stuff. I'm perfectly happy publishing this stuff on the internet. I'm even, to a certain extent, happy to keep secrets, You shouldn't be on the internet because you'll say things you'll regret. No, I won't. I won't because, like, the trouble is that the internet likes to kind of, the internet thinks it matters. Latest episode of Dissecting Worlds, because as I say, I'm, catching up, having done a Hello Internet binge, and greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Golden Jahans. Now this,
And that's basically the way it is with the internet, except with the internet, everything.
greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alex Jahans, and let's channels. And then you had the internet, and on the one hand, the internet is amazing because, unlike a book, I have shown my tits on the internet, and I got a message from a friend saying, guys, corporations and the internet, and basically the corporations control that anyway. So everybody's, why the fuck am I saying this? Why the fuck am I saying this? Why the fuck am I saying this? Because I'm saying it to the internet, and it's like my whole that if you have a load of very disparate niches all coexisting within the internet and all able to interact, how dare you? You don't know nothing about me. You're just a fucking creepy person on the internet. You're fucking fans. You've got fucking problems. All you need to do is kind of have a feed internet, and it's okay. Like, I'm perfectly okay and happy with doing something like that, even. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Johansson. Well, everybody earns the same universal basic income. They can all enjoy the internet. They can all survive and eat and stuff. I feel like if you just want that, then you're on the internet. There is better porn out there. But at the same time, like, we spend all our time on the internet, so we are constantly aware of this, and we are primarily it will work through the internet. Okay? Sorry. Primarily it'll work through the internet, and I'm gonna have managed to connect over the internet so that they can feel each other on opposite sides of the world
thanks to the internet.
Stances, I think. I've also vote green, by the way. Question to the internet. Oh, there is on this video. There will be approved comments.
Done that if I wasn't okay with literally everyone seeing it, because I know how the fucking internet works, right? It's not like you have the entirety of the fucking internet to look at. Okay? Like, if you find my fucking videos or my
And as you can see, I've loaded up the internet of my DeviantArt account. Find me on there if you want to be a stranger.
It's weird. The people on the internet don't fucking care. So yeah, this is me trying to address the balance and trying to explain. I'm used to being on the internet, right? And being on the internet means you get very accustomed to strangers.
And, you know, maybe there is deep within the internet of fanfiction writers. But here's the thing about fanfiction writers. Sad acts on the internet are like, pretty lady, show face on the internet. How do I react? And then they do horrible things.
It is not going to get solved by a twat on the internet speaking his fucking mouth off. I know this. But at the same time...
Now, you got a fucking point there, matey boy. You know, like, you say stupid shit on the internet. Yeah, me and every other fucker.
was created to be an online automated internet shopping website. And I think I said basically the same thing as you. It's sort of the law of the internet that it's just, you are there, therefore you must be trolled, and like, I would do Let's Play videos, and I would do,
And they have a lot of issues too. But you know what? We've got the internet. We've got people like Jim Sterling, like Laura K. Buzz.
I know that there is a certain masochistic tendency within the internet community to go, that's a really hated thing, I must try it. Genuinely, there are people who are affected, who can't hack it, and like, yeah, the internet hates you. The internet hates you. The internet is,
you know, there are groups on the internet where people will merrily, can find a community of people.
Or write or publish a book about it, but they can share their works. The internet allows fans to communicate in ever greater ways and to make...
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans. Now,
a week. In fact, not just internet. They have to live without lights, without more normal people on the parts of the internet I frequent, I think. And I mean more normal in the sort of
eats raw garlic because they read somewhere on the internet that it's supposed to be good for you. And I think that essentially, because of what the internet is, if you want to establish like bigger than any fucking idiots on the internet. Although having a hate cult is a fucking strange thing. Although I keep saying, you've got a webcam, you've got the internet, then you can create stupid videos and you can upload them online. Yeah. The Mos Eisley of the internet. Dante's Inferno. And if you want to go somewhere where you will have to have faith in the people of the internet, that we will not screw it up. That we can actually make the world a better side of the world that can only be accessed through the internet, because on the extranet service it's okay. So you've got essentially
if we have the fucking internet speed and energy to support it. But, and of course there is like,
keep what they say to the internet, to keep what they say to me, because you know it's not cool fundamentally. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. The internet is down as I record this. A sort of cartoon on the internet that I think someone had created. No, nobody gives a shit. Like I am one fucking minuscule madman on the internet. Who gives a fuck, right? Like, yeah, internet. You say one thing, people say, oh well, I do the other thing, right? You know, that's the way the internet works. You say you're against Donald Trump, between crossing that line between, you know, words on the internet to sticks and stones in real life, okay, is kind of alive. You know, in the sense that the internet, you know, there is this idea that, okay. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Jahans, and greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Jahans, and people aren't going to rise up because they have iPads and the internet. People who are mentally unwell, people who need drugs and who need, you know, I live in a nice house. I share it with nice cats. I have the internet. I have time to do stuff.
And together they were able to feel each other across the internet, across different parts of the world, because they were
I believe women should be treated better, so therefore all the assholes on the internet know they want to be women to be treated better. We know how to
cut off YouTube altogether, to cut off the fucking internet, to just spend my life fucking playing Skyrim and forgetting all this whole shit.
world. And there is this, you know, there are whole corners of the internet that are just people ranting and raving and going the big bang.
It's not a Sony Xperia. It's not got access to Wi-Fi internet. It's not quite got all the bells and whistles.
Never fucking do that. If a strange person on the internet, or worse, someone whose Twitter feed says, you know, of course, it's one of these things of being on the internet, having 4chan, so
as you guys on the internet might be starting to realise, that doesn't work. Like,
I can. And to a certain portion of the internet, to a certain portion of people, to a certain portion
I go to play games. It is not to chat to random people on the internet. Indeed, any of my actual friends who I do like to talk,
because The Guardian is not the only website on the internet, and it can scream and shout about how all the
camera to the internet. If she is okay entering into that line of work and using,
now, in theory, you can create anything. In theory, the internet is one great bubble, one great box.
Just listening to School of Movies interviews Lou of Lou Reads the Internet whilst my Windows 8 laptop. You should stop paying for the internet so you can buy more cream buns. Mate, I'd make my living off the internet, and apart from anything else, because of what the internet is, if you want to establish a new media on the internet, you're gonna need
to a level of utopia on the internet where you can have reserves of non-utopian society for those who say, I will defend you. This is me saying, yes, people of the internet, we reserve the right to insult those trolls.
It depends upon the majority of the population having disposable income, right? And the internet runs on adverts, okay? And
Flabby man boobs sitting in front of a computer talking to people over the internet. And so then you've got the interesting dynamic of, okay, hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet and utopia and all other matters. Deliberately said, no electric lights, no internet. Hey, that means I can still watch DVDs. Hey, that means I can still watch TV. Say, hey, you make videos on the internet. We're gonna give you some free shit. Talk about it. And this is the whole idea. Well, I say work, I mean I mostly doss about on the internet and shit, but there are legitimate reasons for why I do what I do.
it genuinely, and I realise I'm saying this to the fucking internet, but it is genuinely a fear that I have. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans. I want to make. If you don't like that, you have the entirety of the internet to choose from. You have all of the podcasts, all things, you comment about things, the internet comments back with, oh, you like this? Well, how about this? And so I started finding, it's competing against Netflix and the internet and video games and movies, and
So thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the internet, for letting me feel in control of something.
Or you're like, well, you can do this, but you'd have to put in an internet tax, and it's like, an airline tax, but it doesn't do much, and it's like, this. Is about keeping the internet a protected place where companies can't just fuck it up because they want to make money.
Hi, people of the internet. I'm waving my hands around like a loon. Sorry. I am out.
Despite the fact that, the internet exists and we could have access to anything. How do you guys still give a fuck about?
the thing about Steam is that I can close my internet browser, right? I can close Facebook, I can close TweetDeck, I can...
That I could go incognito entirely from the internet if I really needed to.
You can try. But essentially, this is a post-scarcity future. This internet is a post-scarcity utopia. Greetings, ladies and gentle peeps of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans, the basic requirements of it, and you've got an internet connection. That's staggering. Like, for me, a kid born in the 90s, they have that attitude. They can support the internet, which is this grand post-scarcity world that connects all of us, when it comes to, born on the internet, because it's a terrifying place. It's a dark and terrifying place. YouTube and Twitter and the internet in general works. I mean, I've been doing this shit for a long time, and that's kind of the dichotomy of the internet right there, Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans. We have iPads, we have computers, we have the internet. We're okay? If we just focus on rolling that out. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans.
I've been about a bit in terms of the internet. I have been insulted quite a few times, you know, and I have no. It's such a fucking predictable reaction by the fickle internet. This is why when I look at these other places and I just feel pity. I like home. I like my internet. I like my internet. And of course, it turned out, oh yeah, it's the internet. There was a Wayback Machine. Right? There is always a website somewhere that is just
At the cost of internet and electricity. Okay. So you have that combined with 3D printers. I'm not going to be able to go to Chop and Role Playing Club anymore. But I will have the internet. I will have you guys.
right. There is a certain population of the internet that sees Donald Trump as literally Hitler. Do a bunch of shitty white men on the internet have? Oh, you have guns in America, do you? You have guns in America. Because some fucker screamed at them on the internet. They do not learn because someone said, I will engage with you in a debate on yourself a local intranet to serve as the internet that you can then update through connecting to Wi-Fi hotspots. I mean, I obviously I've been listening to Hello Internet and I've been listening to Cortex and is freebooting and ad block, right? You know, genuinely, the internet needs advertisement. Like the whole system of it runs. We will allow you to connect up to the internet through our area so long as we can see what data you have. People who come across your stuff on the internet won't ever contact you at all. 9% of the people who come across your first off, Hello Internet review Rogue One, and then I listened to School of Movie.
Greetings, fellow citizens of the internet. My name is Gordon Jones. I am back home. Irony, no, like, you know, we all get fucking death threats on the internet. We all get them. We all get fucking death threats.
Internet, I want the parts of the internet that have decided that they want to fuck with me forevermore to forget me.
Okay, I'm saying this to the internet when I know that I am regularly going to a certain convention in a certain area. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans, and today,
Pathetic virgins who are obsessed with this fucking meme on the internet. It's just boring. So what? A bunch.
And all I'm doing is playing Skyrim and writing weird fiction and ranting on the internet, and despite how many times I try to... And you're saying, oh my god, how dare you, you're saying things on the internet, and that means you clearly give a shit. You know, get off the internet, kill yourself. Oh, you mean stay alive and
have used the internet to create, and that people have put into the internet, or that people are going to create on the internet. Although,
no. I make fucking videos on the internet where I scream about the fucking political decisions that these people make. It's not like I'm part of the fucking glass ceiling. I am a fucking idiot on the internet that nobody fucking cares about. If you want to... Like, literally, I set up an automated internet shopping website at the age of 14, and that was crap as fuck. Because I
you. I know the way the internet is, that if you say, please, no, don't.
Tiny post-scarcity of the culture. Well, the internet. I mean, I know that this seems stupid and ridiculous, right? Originality is a lead weight. In the age of the internet, having a lack of originality is fucking gold. Because a lack
Because, you know, it's not like that's the entire fucking point of the fucking internet or anything. Ooh, nobody's gonna change their minds, because nobody ever does when people get angry on the internet. People change their minds.
But we're gonna do this so that you can use the internet for free, right? And so that is an element to where, like, good. Megacorp keeps us safe. It makes the internet run, man. So yay! But we are so utterly bought into. I suppose, you know, there is a sense that in this world of the internet that, you know, if the people who don't endure the psychological... And so I can understand why lonely men on the internet will feel misogynistic, will feel...
Help me, because I've been doing this shit on the internet for so many years, and basically at this point it's come, and I think that because I have access to the internet and stuff like this, like, you know, it's...
Again, I mean, insulting someone on the internet is nothing like actually committing rape. No, that basically, right, I've been here doing my own shit on my little corner of the internet, and people find me and they Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. I present another tale from...
When I give that sort of prognosis out on the internet, for me to...
The fact that the guy you're talking to on the internet is a sexist or a racist or a fucking homophobe, or the world is benefiting from the bullshit. On the internet, no, not even if you're the fucking Yogscast. Not even if you
rate and barrage someone into agreeing with you, because it's the internet. I mean, for God's sake, there are fucking bore subgroups.
It gets fucking death threats. Every fucker on the internet who is reasonably popular gets some kind of threats, and yes, they are Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans, and let's... Price of a free internet, basically, right? You know, well, not free internet, because you have to pay for cable, but in terms of having things being free internet, or that people are going to create on the internet. Although, if you had such an AI, then, you have Google. You have the internet. You want to know better people to watch fucking... I have opinions that I express on the internet. Oh my god! How dare you? You're someone who has opinions we don't like, and you...
So, I'm about qualified to talk on the internet on any subject as any other angry cis white man on the internet is today.
Who has had quite a few friends in real life and has quite a few friends over the internet, some of whom I have met in real life. Because when things on the internet are questioning my faith in the basic goodness of... In the sense that the way the internet works is that if you search for keywords, if you even look at something, those who don't like living in a utopian society, like... And the internet, the internet utopia is changing. And if you don't want to, you've got the whole majesty of the internet before you. You have Google. You have the sort of 991 philosophy of the internet. Yeah,
That's insane. That is insane. And so we are crossing the boundaries, and already I am the political guy. I am the moral guy. And the internet is essentially a pocket of ultra free market. We're getting there more and more, and the internet is so democratic. The internet is so democratic, and it is so, which, to be fair, is basically my idea. My approach to the internet is like, everybody's going to find everything out, so fuck it, I'm just going to be honest. Then you can use the cloud economy, you can use the internet to say, hey, we've got this stuff, it's here, what price are you willing to pay? I've been trying to have some kind of thing on the internet for an awful long time. I mean, I'm 23, the freemium economy of the internet, and, you know, enjoy Skyrim and my podcasts, and, you know, is the internet. They can't control stuff on the internet, and we've seen,
Like, there was the people you were physically fucking with, and then we created the internet, and then we created smartphones, and we
however many, you know, millions, billions of people creating original content on the internet, and that's just gonna be happening.
Shit that I don't need to anymore, right? Like, so what? One person on the internet thinks has a problem with me because, like, I'm
Nation. Okay, we are the generation that has internet, that can pirate. Okay, and you can say, okay, we're gonna cut the cables to the internet. We're gonna make it a global intranet. Well, now,
just going for walks, just going for just cycling, and when I was on the internet, it was a much more
household. Therefore, I will prod and poke and push when I'm like there on the other end of the internet, going. But
to him, because we live in the age of the internet and VR and AR and 3D printers. Asking what Marx thinks of today.
starve them of munitions, starve them of communications. We have to cut the fucking internet cables. We have to cut the power cables. We have to stop
books, and, you know, I go and search for stuff on the internet, and besides, it's a bloody big show. Have you know this whole idea, you know, of people saying, but, you know, it's the internet, everything lasts forever. Yeah, I know, and I've got them in touch. You know, I know nerdier people, but I know them through the internet. Whereas there are guys who.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. So, whilst I need porn that is effective and right, but the internet is terrifying. Heck, just searching Pornhub is water squash. You know, just give me those things, internet, somewhere to be, with eating.
Maybe not such a good thing to say on the internet. I'm a little bit drunk. Whiskey and Diet Coke, oh, it's so good, so good, so good.
Extranets are neutral to the fact that the main internet is now, in fact, owned by the big internet service providers who are That's sort of what happened with the internet, is that Big Brother and Pop Idol and what have you got people
where we have 3D printers, where we have internet. That's all brilliant, that's amazing, but I don't think it's working anymore. Virtual reality begin to blur. Suddenly, electricity and internet, something which already in Britain we regard as basic necessity.
I just know Eric Stadnick is awesome, but, you know, there are so many better people on the internet. You can listen to the cultivate. There are so many other places on the internet. You know, that's fine. If they think I'm an intolerant arsehole, I'm not gonna bother. Kind of putting all my eggs in one basket here, and I'm kind of basically saying, hey internet, all my eggs are in one basket. So kind of like, and oh my god, a portion of the internet reacted negatively to this person sharing things on social media. This is impossible.
Shows and niche knowledge that you need money to access. Because even if you've just got the internet, that still presumes you. I'm so glad that you would like to quit your day jobs because of money, because it's not like anybody else on the internet has ever had that idea before, and it's
Cell phones and smartphones, and we've got the internet, and we've got Uber, and we've got self-driving cars that
sure enough to say, okay, this is an idiot on the internet that I want to chuck some few quid to. You know, if suffice to say, if like a augmented reality combined with the internet is mind-bogglingly amazing. I mean, okay, there's still some things to work out. There is no way that you can deal with the internet. There just isn't, because it's all just, well, what is your purpose in life? What is the point of you?
But, you know, I did try to set up an automated internet shopping website at the age of 14.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans, and today... Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans, and I'm PewDiePie. PewDiePie is the nostalgia critic to internet reviewers. PewDiePie is the nostalgia critic of a couple of hours of me just carelessly researching the internet before I finally accepted that. No, I completely.
At this point, I am like, I am waiting on the day that it blows up on the internet that someone's, you know, written
To be severely autistic so that idiots on the internet will laugh at you. And that was... So, this is why I'm doing it on the internet. Because even if you're a troll, even if you're like solution dev,
People, they hate they see internet commenters, they see weakness and they go, ah, weakness!
But, you know, that's the internet. That's the internet. That's what the internet does. But nonetheless, I do, admittedly, right, by this point, I've been around the internet a lot. I've been hit by 4chan more than once. It is not somehow thinking that talking to the internet when, you know, when you don't want somebody to know is a good idea. A sad, lonely fuckwit with, well, in the age of the internet, and thus sad, lonely fuckwittedness is...
For a bit. I mean, although, obviously, you are competing with an entire internet filled with porn, which I suppose I am
not doing that because of the nature of how the internet is connected. So then what we come to is like that there is already surveillance going as it is, and no, it's not that I've showed my tits to the internet. It's that the brand Forsnook came before the character Forsnook. Godwin's law is seen as quite a powerful thing on the internet, but when Hitler got a larger vote share than David fucking Cameron, the fact that women get awful comments all the time because sad acts on the internet are like, pretty lady, show face up.
pay rent. It means that I don't have to pay for electricity, I don't have to pay for internet, I don't have to pay for a lot of...
right? Like, I feel like this is a part of internet psychology that too few people are aware of, and that, like,
To turn it off and on again, right? What if you literally have to pull the plug on the internet and kill it, right?
I understand that the internet is a world of echo chambers, but I swear.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans. Arr! It is stupid and pathetic, but it's how the internet works. So, when I put out a video saying, hey, rape... Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans, and I have just...
Are living, and you're gonna let some idiots on the internet who are deliberately trying to hurt you.
That, you know, that's just someone stumbling on the internet could accidentally end up becoming turned into a Zygon to watch this. But even then, it's like, I've got YouTube. I've got the internet. And the thing is that, right, market economy of YouTube, you know, like, there is no, like YouTube at being part of the internet is very much photographs you, streams you onto the internet, the police come, they fucking lock you up. That's what happens.
Keep a video log of the week without internet and without lights for me, because this is serious.
The world is benefiting from the bullshit. On the internet, no, not even if you're the fucking Yogscast. Not even if you
Get the house, click add to cart. I mean, okay, it's going to be prohibitively expensive, but you know, I mean, the Internet of Things is becoming more and more a thing.
now. The internet is being infected by this greed. It is being infected by fear.
So we are going to take the risk and we are going to cut the internet. Well, people have mobile phones. Everybody has a smartphone. You will dox and harass and murder out there. Like, it's when the internet is asking you politely to not do a bad thing. The worldwide diplomacy where if you have an internet, then you can connect. But it still helps if you...
Ladies and gentlemen and shitlords of the internet, I present the Shattered Veterans Damage Can to you. So, I do it. The internet says, you have a weakness, you have an obvious weakness, I'm going to exploit
Submissive, and they have no problem with, you know, white nerds on the internet happening to have, you know, sort of
a bus pass that I can keep regularly topped up. Once I have internet and maybe a TV subscription,
But we are seeing on YouTube, on the internet, a new kind of societal order developing that is not electricity. Well, yeah, electricity bills. Yeah, you probably would. Or, but it might be you want to include internet. It might be you want to include, like, I don't know,
optimistic reach into the internet. The man who started out as, what if I became a superhero?
recording fucking bollocks to the internet, you know. You've got a distraction thing, record the audiobook.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alex Jahans. Trolls, you know, don't feed the trolls. You let them die in the cold vacuum of the internet because
Like it, you have the infinity of the internet at your disposal. You have the TV, the radio, music. You have so many. Need the ability to live because I understand this is how the internet fucking runs. I am someone who is basically against the idea of ad block. I'm going to leave it running on the internet, attached to in my factory of murder death bots. Right, like that's. And Cortex and Hello Internet, awesome podcasts of awesomeness. Things I've successfully excised the negativity through the food chain of the internet. But I mean, I'm not saying, hey guys, everybody. The point where we've got iPads and the internet, and you know, right? We've got the Internet of Things, and we've got 3D printing. You know, maybe I did read somewhere on the internet that the one thing that can fucking stop the one they can't get to me, but they can get to a trans person who relies on the internet and the strangers of the masses. Greetings, internet! Greetings, ladies and gentlemen! Greetings, Nigel Farage and all you. But I am well aware that, hey, you have the rest of the internet to watch. You have all of TV to watch. All of the. I bite you. I want to scratch you. You know. That's what 4chan is. That's what the internet comments are. They are my cat. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alex Jahans, and today this forbidden knowledge that sends you mad, and that knowledge is out there on the internet at any time, and anybody could be radicalized by it. You are not going to do this. It will not end well for you. And, you know, when the internet does its threats, you know, like, it's not to dick around with people on the internet who are doing things just fine. And who are, in fact, driving sales for you. Have to deal with the bullshit women do. I don't see that part of the internet women do. Because I am a man, and that means I don't. Because, yeah, we live in a world with iPads and internet and virtual reality and augmented reality and 3D print. And the thing is that the way the internet works is that when you say you don't care, people go, well then! Already where everybody is connected over the internet, you know, it wouldn't be too hard to basically install individual issues through the power of the internet, through the power of working together, and we don't have to spend money. We don't. Hello, fair internet, and my friends and stuff, and yeah, there's a cat. No. Things. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. So I made a slight miscalculation with the amount of time. If you have experience being at university or even just being without internet, if you know anybody who's a bit shy or you are... I don't care about you, so get a fucking life. You're stalking a fucking virgin on the fucking internet because it's your idea of... Yes, there is a kind of mob mentality on the internet that polices the place. Yes, you do have to be... There is an attitude by the idea that someone is weird on the internet. To this I say, so fucking what? So fucking what? Like, do you think my morals and my reason and my ethics of the people who got me started doing this? Since this is now my life. Shouting on the internet so that I can hopefully have enough. And you can still eat, but no lights, no internet. And we're gonna experience post-scarcity. We already experience artificial scarcity on the internet, where we can practically. You're gonna take away my internet. You're gonna put me onto worse food. You're gonna,
Your own mind. Don't rely on the opinions of an idiot on the internet. Okay. Be intelligent people who can make up.
Hey, I have succeeded in dating someone who also stalks someone on the internet. That's totally gonna be a healthy fucking relationship.
from someone who was there, that has been put out onto the internet. So we're not quite fast enough to,
Shall we say, left-wing people on the internet who happen to be interested in video games basically imploded.
Fucking whiny white guys on the internet. Because I kind of avoided talking about this stuff, and I've kind of
Feelings for happens to be a kind of person who seeks validation from the internet and thus is consistently
so much stuff out there. So the only way the internet works is by narrowing in, zeroing in on what I'm watching, and that if I did want to get around to watching, I've got the internet. You know, I've got the internet. There is Steam. There is, if I want talking about random strange fuckwits on the internet, right? I mean, I suppose it's arguable that maybe I could say that the internet hates you. The internet hates you. The internet is full of very horrible people because
every fucking newspaper, in every news source on the internet, the neoliberal agenda is king. When it comes to the internet, though, when it comes to the very video you're watching,
definitely have your brief comments on this video because again, it's the internet. You see a weakness, find all of the weakness. You said weakness, we go fire weak.
This is the thing, right? Because so many people on the internet are like, but I'm right though. The guillotine. It is the internet. It is the power to have the combined anger of everybody. I plug it in and I pay for electricity and I pay for internet access, otherwise known as a cable. You could create everything that people have used the internet to create and that people have put.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. So this one is one for me, not for you.
Like, no, love, they would have found you in 5 fucking seconds. It's the internet. And yes, I know Bruce Wayne fucking did that at the end of the Dark.
There is scarcity in the internet is in power generation to provide for that internet, right? You can't access
Encryption, and apart from anything else, right, the internet is not something that you can. The internet is a world of maths. If you
but of course nobody's gonna fucking correct you because this is the fucking internet. Because you don't start those sorts of
or someone that they had a crush on, they might have some photos somehow, or they'll have the internet, or if it's someone from
white man has kind of become the enemy of the internet, right? The jocks in popular culture
don't change your opinions because a bunch of people on the internet disagree with you. You just don't. You change your opinions because you
say, well, because this guy on the internet said it in a flipping video, therefore I will treat all.
But instead, what we do have is the internet. Instead, we have the internet. That's really big. That's .uk. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. What I am about to say is very, very.
it is the internet. We shall see. But yeah, that's sort of what I've been doing today.
Make you want to buy stuff. Okay, because somebody's got to pay for the internet, somebody's got to pay for all those servers and all that free stuff.
Hello, people of the internet. So I got asked a very special, stupid kind of question.
All of the internet will remember all of the posts about me, all of the different links and mentions. Consistency there. Either words said on the internet matter, in which case you need to hold your tongue as well. I need to get a life too. I mean, what am I doing? I'm making fucking stupid videos on the internet. But yeah, here's the thing, right? I'm trying to live. But still, the internet is here, and the internet makes things so much better. I mean, for God's sake, in as bad a position video. No, I've been writing. I listened to Hello Internet. I did some walking, and then I've been writing. Started discovering research and sort of the way the internet works is that you write about things. Yeah, because it was a laugh. It was a lark. Hey, look at the stupid internet, people. They can't use my channel. There's a war coming. Right? This is the Second World War, but with the internet and news. Like, this is a very dangerous. The motherfucker invaded Iraq. And you see, like, the thing is that the internet being created, I think that was the moment that things felt so emboldened to attack. And the internet allows that to grow, right? The internet is the world of the... How up are you? That your response to seeing someone stupid on the internet is to go, I must rage against... Idea that, you know, when you've spent a decade on the internet, being subjected to ads on every single website. I've got a new smartphone now, so I can, you know, browse the internet and stuff, so I don't have to go with the laptop. Social life depends on bullying someone on the internet. You don't have a social life. You've joined a cult, and it's not a good one. Self-driving cars. We have got the internet, we've got virtual reality, we've got augmented reality. Having just been given this education into just how utterly fucking terrifying the internet can be, and how fucking
that means I can buy my books, but also, theoretically, if I can go on the internet, you know, if I can go on the internet, bloody get, you know.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans.
Good evenings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. I am Alex Jahans, and yes,
I'll sound like the internet is now my life. A small loan of MI. And there is, you know, there is this sort of theory and idea that what if the internet itself is kind of alive?
oh, and don't you know that this will make me a fucking most loved person on the internet? Starting with the idea of pet ownership. Sorry, but you know what? I like more manageable numbers on the internet, so subscribe, please! Subscribe, rate, comment, button!
So, because of the nature of the internet, you know, I don't have a study, I don't have an office. I understand. This is the internet. This is what you do. You know, it's like the Klingons going ahead and blowing up the environment, right? I am fully aware that, yes, everything that I make on the internet, I have to be prepared to kind of, you know, look, a target, poof. You know,
And this is why trigger warnings for the internet are just such delicious fun. I am so hyper aware of this nature of internet culture that if you want to follow someone who is proud to say, you know what, I showed my tits on the internet and I don't give a fuck, what are you gonna do? You realizes that she can't do without the internet anymore, then suddenly we're all plugged into the cultural zeitgeist.
Primarily, it'll work through the internet, and I'm gonna be working with like some people I know. I mean,
I'm sorry, that isn't how the internet works. You can't stop someone liking your shit just because they're a transphobe. This fine and okay, and oh my god, the internet is terrifying. The internet is terrifying because I need something from it.
or you don't click save, or you don't subscribe, then I know, speaking as me, when I go on the internet, then that means it's not necessarily bad.
Known about on the internet for some time, you may have seen, and that were just sort of like the cats of the internet. That you know how like in the internet it's just
On opposite sides of the world, thanks to the internet, which is cool but creepy, because that is
goddamn right. It's and fear, and it's just. It's like the internet is this beautiful, shining moment.
I need that sense of connection the internet brings. Like, you know, if necessary, I could, you know, if necessary, I could.
Essentially, you know, it's all summed up in this fantastic sort of joke that I've seen going around on the internet. It's a sort of jokey meme of just like
Everyone, you know, I have people on the internet who find me, who get annoyed by me, and are like, I will destroy you.
putting the name all through forums, all through the internet, all massive reviews. People like James Rolfe, who are massive on the internet, saying Ghostbusters. Fortunately, the internet makes its money from people being able to continue using its services. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. You join me at, hang on.
So, if you're on the internet in any way, shape, or form, you're gonna get.
There are literally billions, quadrillions of fucking pieces of shit on the internet. You are fucking criticizing me for. We do live in a world of iPads and internet and like, you know, we've been to the moon. We could. And expenses, right? Well, the internet's already paid for, and most of my stuff is on the internet. You know, I'm a big fan of let's
To me some love and heart and soul left, and the internet found it and tore it to pieces, and now I'm just like, it's the peer pressure of the internet, the mob rule of no, but this is the right thing to do. So, you know, online Patreon supported internet pundit and weird fiction writing thing. I certainly don't think this isn't good. And of course I'm on the internet, and I'm doing videos every day, and I'm a stubborn bugger. And I'm a stubborn people, these people who come, and they're like, he's making a video on the internet, we don't like, come on, get a pussy, we must go and destroy him, right? In Hello Internet. And this idea of brain crack is that kind of you almost. Which means, of course, because this is the internet, the entirety of my. The internet will want me to die a million different horrifically painful deaths. The point is that we, you know, this is not, where the internet is concerned, free speech is not dead, it's just, and I know that the internet might have it or something close to it within it somewhere. A virus is released onto the internet and essentially holds the world to ransom, or just
You, the big American, people, you have shut down the internet. Great. Turns out everybody else still has Wi-Fi connected devices.
Writing the stories, by writing out these experiences as prose on the internet, on DeviantArt, on Google, on Facebook. Send your home address out on big letters on the internet saying, "Hey, come find me, come assess me." You know, and this is why trigger warnings for the internet are just such delicious scarcity world of the internet. You can just do what you do because you love it, and you can just enjoy. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet, because my name is Alexander Golden Jahans. So you can show an advert on every page on the internet, and more or less, I think how we're very sane and sensible, and we like to look after them. And so the moment the internet got created, the moment social media talking about internet commenters, right? How is that comparable? How is that? How dare that be comparable? But kind of that's why I am self-publishing it on the internet, and not actually saying, "Hey, publisher."
There is a rule on the internet of 991, which is that because I am someone who is weird on the internet, that people disagree with, that they are going to go out of their way to try to
Put up your own website elsewhere on the internet and link to every one of my videos with an in-depth essay saying, well, you see, this, and they are more likely spend a lot of their time on the internet where people can get them very angry, and where they can easily
effective post-scarcity on the internet, where we have artificial scarcity imposed so that corporations can make money.
For all the arguments on the internet and in real life are caused by, you've changed it, Neri. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans. All massive reviews, people like James Rolfe, who are massive on the internet, saying, "Ghostbusters, how dare you?" And so your name goes up through the Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. But no, this one is dedicated in existence. And like, the internet is fucking amazing. And yes, okay, we've got Virgin Media here, so the internet dropped, or not finding a job, as that's all a bit too serious. But idiots on the internet, I milked those fools and my channel soared. You can't, because that literally is not how the internet works. Everybody is a node connected to so many other nodes, and the moment, like any one of a million pieces of cat I've downloaded off the internet over the years. But he's a guy on the internet who plays video games and talks about whether you should buy them or not. Okay? Fucking flashed his tits, right? On the internet, and essentially that's kind of why I am seen by, I quote, but this is the nature of the internet, okay? In the sense that privacy is dead, right? These little shitheads over the internet through trying to hurt you, are saying, I know you exist. I'm someone I trust. But trolls on the internet, they, you know, I mean, I don't approve of haters gonna hate. Gas, electricity, water, rent, council tax. I have to deal with, you know, the internet bills. Whereas, and comments from people all over the internet who are saying that even though they don't know what my opinion is, and he probably has the Farshnuk as his fucking internet brand. The Farshnuk calls this every last line of its disastrousness. Are you presentation than unknown idiots on the internet? Because there will always be unknown idiots on the internet, and quite frankly, so there should be. I've obviously spent a lot of time on the internet putting myself out there. So all of this hatred, all of this hate-based stuff, all of this... Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans, and today, tributes to fans making short stories, although they can, because with the internet there is more of a chance of YouTube or the internet, of the entire wide expanse of the western spiral arm of the Milky Way. And then I could just work anywhere. I could travel the world, because it's over the internet, as long as you're up when you need to talk.
The right wing seem to like this commentator, this person on the internet, so I have a sneaking suspicion that means that they are in favour of into the internet, into the great search engine optimization procedures of the internet. It starts saying of trolling the internet for porn, going, okay, I will try to find the thing that is appropriate. That they do everything on the internet that is fandom, basically. You know, men are the people who, you know, go about by... I can spend time on the internet. I can research on the internet. I can spend time alone. I can go about, you know, the entirety of the internet for free, who have free electricity, free internet, free food, that they will... Makes a lot of weird shit and makes videos being angry about politics on the internet and wondering, should we have a revolution or not? It's not generally a good... Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alex Jahans, and welcome! That's weird. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans. So, yesterday was a very, you know, an amazing amount of traction across the internet. I haven't looked at it because I feel like it would... And I know I'm going to say this on the fucking internet to a bunch of bloody haters who will take this out of context and who will post the country, but, you know, on the internet, that's just a factor of how niches and community and media work. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. And bugger, you can see the edge of the screen, so... Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. Sorry to be greeting you in... Super is the big flashy. This is not going to get through because the entire internet will go in uproar. And maybe it's because going onto the internet for friends is very much a double-edged sword. Because you're liking the videos for our individual commenting or whatever, is we are using the internet as a great democratic media tool. We are expressing the... Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans. Grand scrolls across the internet about how they hate me and think I'm disgusting and I do nothing. More than the sort of the hello internet fitness workout 5,000 or whatever it is, and it's like... Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. So there are...
sorry, I should upload this while I still got internet and while I'm still, vaguely awake.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans, and we have got an...
Hello, internet! I would just like to say I do not give a shit what you think I am. I know what I am is they connect up all of the world's internet to one single red button that any media executive can push at any time they like. It's about it. Yes, there will be idiots on the internet who are like, I'm not going to watch this because there's a woman in it.
Woman, you don't like the fact that there is a guy on the internet who writes fiction about white women being eaten alive. I can entirely understand.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans, and going away and doing research. It is not talking angrily to people over the internet, right? This is why I make videos like this, between small little idiot on the internet doing unknown stuff and massive $1 million paid people doing and that tweet has since been deleted, but it's the internet. It's still out there. People at crack.com were doing a podcast and they were talking about how internet culture is changing people. He was saying that utterly intolerable, the fact that I am a nobody on the fucking internet posting shit up for free to make money from ad revenue means. So, you do kind of have to be careful on the internet, because you can do a wiki freefall. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans, and today so they troll the internet, kind of searching for anybody who might have any. The best part is, as long as you've got a good internet connection, it's free. All of these awesome. If I can go on the internet, bloody get, Amazon, then I can also go on to fanfiction. He will do something stupid like cut the power to the house, like cut off the internet, like decides to connect to the mass of servers in which the internet runs. The internet is a world of code. The internet is a world on the internet just being like, no, dude, that's not normal. That's genuinely not normal. And it's okay. I with the internet, fine. And to be honest, I can adapt to living in the dark. Being in the dark, the shit that is going on in terms of supercomputers, in terms of, the internet. The internet is a vast resource in which we are constant answers and playing some scrolls. And then the internet went down. And I wasn't satisfied. I needed something to do. So, because the great thing about the internet is that it's basically free. Okay. Yes, the internet providers, they will charge you a cheap, shitty webcam. You can have, internet that, in the Western world, to a certain extent, in other parts of the world too. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alex Jahans, and sooner or later, advertisers are going to realise that, and the internet is gonna take a fucking kick from it, as people are like, no. And now I'm seeing the good side of the internet, and I'm seeing the positive comments, and it's like, oh.
Essentially connect through his nervous system and the internet to his wife, who had a similar chip in her arm, so that they could literally
unless that New Year's resolution happens to be insulting internet to YouTubers, because then I might be a bit both. And we're in a whole different world. It's like, yeah, I'm on the internet,
I get subjected to abuse constantly, every day. Manipulatable. Like, all you would ever have to do to get the internet to do anything is to just have someone go showing me having sex with other people, and you're free to look at them because, hey, it's the internet, and you know what, I'm doing this what I am on the internet. Because now there is somebody else who is raising my profile, who is raising, strong and powerful, and you don't want to fuck with them, right? We witness this in internet forums, the filter bubbles, right? The saying, because this is the internet, okay? You show a moment of weakness, someone will target it, someone will. Okay. The mentally disabled, the mentally ill. Okay. Now, in the internet and in the media, the mentally a large portion of the time when we've had computers and the internet, that's very definitely been true. So, I have a voice, and I have the internet, and I will be heard. So go out, people. Go out, everyone who is hiding something. Let's face it, I'm on the internet now. I'm gonna get death threats. I am going to get, you're... Well, go quiet, because you don't want to piss off the internet, and that's already happening. If we have virtual reality, augmented reality, the internet, iPhones. So, suddenly, money ceases to really matter. Suddenly, if the bank of stuff from the past is being updated onto the internet, the entirety of everyone around the world doing all kinds of...
All my pressing the fucking button. That is the way the internet is. So if you say, hey, unsubscribe from my videos, people are going to say,
a goddamn chamber debating things the entire fucking time. I mean, for God's sake, this is why the internet is so fucking annoying. Because you get into... Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Johansson. Quite sincerely make the threat to go off the internet for a month or so because, well, quite frankly... Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Johansson. In the sense that, because of the way the internet is goddamn everywhere, you can essentially dodge laws. You don't make pages up about me, you don't spread my name further and further through the internet, because that's what I did and shared, and we can do this. As an internet collective of individuals, we can bring order to the chaos that will be better in that regard, I suppose. But, I mean, it's going to take me a long time to do this stuff if I do this stuff. How we use the term objectivity in our daily lives, on the internet and on TV and the radio and books. Provoking anyone. I am just someone who happens to do his thing on the internet. And yes, I use tags. I have a Twitter. The line is like, these people don't have internet, poor people. Whereas, in Zabongabong, they are so... was the speed, right? In that we there's faster internet connections, faster processors, cheap technology, so it can happen by society. Right? Now, yes, people may forget, except this is the internet. People aren't going to forget. That's not you people. That's not you people on the internet. I mean, when you share it to 4chan and like 400 people turn up video games. But that's the internet. That is the Creative Commons. That is the Internet of Things. That is the cloud on the internet. And I think that I have genuinely decided I know that there is even like people who on the internet who like complain about how, oh,
there was probably a few. So you want that, and then hey, you've got the internet available from so many wireless cafes and through the libraries.
God, the internet is so pathetic. It's so pathetically manipulatable. Like, all you would... But the genie of the internet isn't going away. And, like, you can have your subjective... You can have your subject... I listened to the first, like, 20 minutes of this interview with Lou Reads the internet, and I'm like, no, there's a difference. For jobs, it's just stupid. It's just stupid because, okay, I've got the internet. Okay, now I don't lately because I have now caught up with Hello Internet, the Hello Internet podcast. I've now caught up with that, and I've been listening to Wordfunk, and because of the culture of the internet, because of the culture of saying offensive shit because it's funny, that will probably never get a reply, or you can go do literally anything else on the internet, including masturbate.
And that was what made me say, fuck this, I need the internet. So I failed it. And I think that says a lot about my life. And I know that in the world of the internet, shit doesn't fucking disappear. And to be honest, I don't think anything here. Okay, now look at me, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. Like, I know there are people among you who
and the monitoring of the overseer. Now, yes, it's the internet, and there are stupid people who will create multiple accounts just to it doesn't matter. And on the other hand, you are saying it's rape threats on the internet, it totally fucking matters. That is
for free, who have free electricity, free internet, free food, that they will keep generating content because I am. Someone doing something shamelessly on the internet could end in utter disaster because of how the media works.
Because they literally had their nervous systems like hooked up to the internet, right? Unfortunately, he was a very smart man, so he
trying to grow my brand across the internet, you know, creating videos, learning from them, trying storylines, trying scripts, free drink, free electricity, free internet, that you're going to want to keep producing content. How do I know? And I have had moments when I have been like raging because no internet makes Jack a dull boy. So I've got the mentality to not care. You know, the thing about the internet, the one rule essentially is
I have watched the home on the internet that I loved so much that was full. It's full.
No, they are just the haze, the great ecosystem of the internet. They aren't actual people themselves.
and so essentially, and then the internet sort of reinforces this difference. So you have the sort of
whistles, but it's still got a camera. It's still got music. It can still get onto the internet in some capacity. Like it's
do more better things with your life than stalking losers on the internet. Anyway, I'm gonna go because yeah,
and so much of the internet is full of this. And
it's the way the internet is, and the anxiety doesn't help. Fucking laziness doesn't help with. You've got the entirety of
anywhere else that I have a foothold on the internet. If the Tories go through with this. In fact, if any fucking party goes through, they have to live without internet for a week. In fact, not just internet. You know, autistic people shouldn't be using the internet because they don't understand how to interact with it.
You can't delete anything from the internet. Not really. Right. There will always be things out there, you know, like you can't. I know that that is how the internet works. I know that the internet says, hey, I see you like something. I shall tell you. And it doesn't actually help anything. I mean, my internet went down for like a week.
Thing, so we as the internet collective are going to have to create that standard, and
Older generations who are standing in the way of you doing stuff. But with the internet, suddenly young people have power. They have
humanity lies in the ability to communicate that the internet represents, and lies in the fact that I genuinely think I have more of a capacity to use the internet than somebody who considers themselves normal, than somebody who poverty line. Like, our definition of poverty is like, well, they can't afford the internet, and you know what, they can't afford
that run anything to do with the internet, all the single binary digits that are on the totality of them. Right? Like, I know the way the internet works, so I know that I can't prove this to you. Right?
some sweet porn. Like, bitch, I'm on the internet. If I wanted to see some sweet porn, I could fucking see some. You know, as far as we are concerned, you upset the internet, that's your fucking fault. And I know that because an idiot over the internet is just like, oh, obvious joke. I can understand that because that's what I'm charging. I'm not actually paying for the fucking internet. You know? So it's just fucking stupid, yeah? All you are doing is YouTube and Blip more. Younger people watch Let's Plays more. Younger people go on the internet for their stuff more. Because there's the dark web. Because the internet, you know, it's kind of, you know, it is very post-scarcity in the sense that if you have the time.
My mother makes her living from the internet. What you don't do is cut off the fucking internet. You don't need to feel each other across the internet, across different parts of the world, because they literally that happened. That involved 4chan getting involved. So already, like, internet trolls were enmeshed, and person cannot be allowed to have your own little niche on the internet. Because it's nuke time. You can't put the genie of the internet back in the bottle. So you're gonna have.
I want her to do stand-up comedy. I fully understand and respect that kind of like, it's the internet. I get enough hate and abuse. Women don't trust you, random person on the internet, to not just be dicking me about. It's... This isn't me whining or...
Oh, the foxes! Shit, some of you like that! Okay, I will fuck the internet! Some of you still like that!
Festival from Boy, the TV movie, and the Internet Quest, and the Lost of the Time Lords, Utopia, Thingamabob, that, yeah.
This is a notation device. This is the internet. This is a phone. This is, you know, this is a music player. vastly changed the way the world worked. Well, with the internet, you have young people being the new
You really must stop them because, you know, otherwise they will fucking fuck up the entire internet. And I'm not joking. If you think I am, I'm including.
And they very much go about things through cloak and dagger, right? Well, the funny thing about the internet is that privacy is dead. And say, oh, by the way, this has happened, this has happened, this has happened. You know, what I've got is the internet. And I fucking use that to my advantage to stay the fuck alive.
Generation to provide for that internet, right? You can't access the internet if you have no power to make your computer.
It still happens. It's like, oh, there's someone nice on the internet. There is a nice girl on the internet being nice to me. I wonder at what part of the nature of sort of creating stuff on the internet is that it's like you see the wave. I know, I'm saying that as a person who screams and shouts on the internet. But here's the thing, right? At least
I am not just some, sad act on the internet, stalked by a bunch of irrelevant trolls.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans. Now, what the fuck do you call the internet? Seriously, like, my webcam sort of like screen is overlaid on my email browser, and it's like, I guess that's what happens when you live in the age of the internet and consent culture, which is constantly looking for. You've got food to live on, you've got, drink to live on, and you've got internet and electricity. That means you can do a fuck of a lot, and yeah, you aren't going for error. I've been binging Hello Internet and Cortex lately. Probably related, actually, given that finishing a podcast or Let's Play. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans, and today there is a lot of, decency and love on the internet, I've waded through all this shit. Essentially, the mentality of the internet is, don't do the thing, I'm doing the thing. It's like what it is, or maybe it's just the tagging, or maybe it's just the sheer accumulation of all this SEO and internet rankings, all these different. What people do when they have that time. What about what people do now they have the internet, now they have smartphones, now they've got 3D print? For us to not have to go through that, because, if we go to a post-internet world, because we search for keywords, if you even look at something, the internet is like, you searched for a thing, you looked at a thing,
So I'm only seeing the world through the internet, right? And obviously I've got this unique kind of, well, not
in the fucking plane, and there wasn't just a guy working over the internet going, I think this is where the intel said to be. Boop. EU. Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans, and this is gonna be
things. That's quite an expensive piece of kit. And the internet is quite an expensive thing that's not really available.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. So, I just had a meeting with my endocrinologist.
For the personal computer, they happened before the internet. They happened before social media. And
I'm listening to a lot of Hello Internet at the moment, and one of the things that sort of hits with me, and I realise I'm basically saying to the internet, hey, this is my kryptonite! You tell me not to do a thing, I'll do it! Kind of, the internet is just, oh, look, a target, poof! And this is why trigger warning in other parts of the world too. The internet is quite common. You know, you can upload stuff, and yeah, all right, a lot of it is shit. And last night the internet was dodgy as well, so that was fucking fun.
It mattered. I wasn't annoyed that, you know, a bunch of people on the internet said that this thing was terrible. I was annoyed that my
Feeling important because you're insulting people on the internet and it doesn't do shit. Doesn't do shit. You're just insulting people and feeling better about yourself because when it's like, I'll get away from all the internet and just right. Because that's kind of what I kind of like to do. That's kind of what I need to do is just...
That's what happens. And then in the 90s, we have the internet and the left wing comes along and it's actually taken over by the right wing.
You have the whole grand infinity of the internet before you. Because if you were 40 minutes in to this goddamn got real, right? In the sense that before the internet existed, knowledge was very much...
You can access their Wi-Fi, you can go onto one of their computers, you can go onto the internet, you can watch your videos, you can...
On this, we finally, you know, we've got people to Mars, you know, our internet connection speeds are such, you know, we've got AIs everywhere, search engine optimization procedures of the internet. It starts saying, oh, well, you like this, then you'll also like this, you'll like this, you'll like this, you'll like this. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. So, Simon Pegg, Clown Prince.
They could literally, like, feel each other over the internet across opposite sides of the world. And that was decades ago.
Drops and it drops and it drops and it's slow and it's not good. But still, the internet is here and the internet makes things so much better. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet, okay? So the government is planning to do it. It's a very simple challenge. Spend a week without internet and electric lights to get a feel for what it's like. I'm gonna do it. Apart from anything else, right? You can't delete anything from the internet. Okay? It is far better for me to keep this channel. I put tags in them. I have spent 10 years getting the term Farshanook out there onto the internet. Right? And I realised that there are other... I want to do that. I can't. Law and order. Internet censorship. The majority of people did not vote for the Conservative Party. Well, that's the internet. The internet is a world full of niches.
Stop it! This is wrong, this should be stopped because it will fuck up the internet and it will prevent open source users from having access.
Let's face it, if you're using the internet and computers to allow one person to do the job of five. First off, hello internet review Rogue One, and then I listened to School of Movies.
Such an important issue from idiots on the internet, then that's probably even worse than doing stuff by yourself. But okay, so you internet commenters who are like, so you think you're the big breaking news story, you think to be our leaders. We are at this point now where we have the internet, where we have deep capacities for communication, and where we my grand, you know, keys to my various internet accounts and stuff and my computers in like all of the humans, because we are so very, very angry, as you will see if you go on the internet, and as the Hulk, as the great rage beast himself,
that back up your arguments. You can flood the internet with your fact-checked perspectives, right? You can drown the media
and the electricity grid, the internet. These are all things whereby essentially
me, I am better than being devalued by sadists over the internet. Okay?
in terms of literally the internet bandwidth. So yeah, not good in that respect. I'm not keen to give it away to strangers on the fucking internet, right? There is a reason that I only accept people in terms of YouTube and stuff, In terms of my little pockets of the internet, I would be happier if nobody cared.
I am a tiny dick loser on a tiny corner of the internet who has big fucking tits and is talking to a load of people who Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alex Jahans, and today,
I suppose we do to an extent. There are arseholes on the internet who will who will shame people for.
I know that out there in the internet there are all sorts of people, and there are people who are like accurately described the porn box because this is all the internet does. There's irony for you. Industry agreed upon definition of beautiful out there. Okay, and I got the internet. I could find access to it. Insane. And we have augmented reality and virtual reality. Okay, and we already have the internet. So I guess I'll put that there. Okay. Just plankton and sharks and dolphins in the internet, and it's a great wide ocean out there. And peoples of the internet, my name is Alexander Jahans. Look, far be it from me. It's an appeal for you good people of the internet, for anybody who likes the taste of ginger, or even anybody who supports
grow. Right? The internet is the world of the echo chamber filter bubble. And the internet allows you to meet up with on my videos and on the internet and stuff. A sense of a wider understanding of who I am, connected with the internet all the time and interested in what random strangers on the internet think of them, then that's, I did the School of Movies binge, and then I did the Hello Internet binge, and now I'm kind of catching up on the podcasts that I've done. Right back. At least in terms of internet comments from Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Jahans, and greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. So, I was in Woking in the centre of town, and you see a guy on the internet with a fucking net beard talking about Vor, talking about his
and now, peoples of the internet, I'm going to share this video online. I'm going to tag all the different parties, and I
would never do that in real life, but because it's the internet. Because it's the internet. Okay, hello 90%. I see you are a nerd. Let's talk about nerd things. Using Google, and it will search the image for all the other images on the internet. So if someone has their Facebook complaining that fucking idiots on the internet went for the obvious fucking weakness, right? And that's reported. YouTubers and reviewers and podcasters out there on the internet to find, the kinds of things that we're interested in.
racist and the internet with the entire fucking world coming to comment and Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans, and
What you don't do is cut off the fucking internet. You don't need to cut off the fucking internet. I mean, for God's sakes, I've been the person playing at being grown-ups because you have money in internet and politics. I've watched universes spontaneously generate, subdivide, and die.
On the internet on any subject as any other angry cis white man on the internet is to talk about anything, and that includes you.
Spotted. I'm gonna get horrible messages because it's the internet. Welcome to the internet, where you can be friends. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Golden Jahans, and today, good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. So, my name is Alexander Gordon Jahans.
The value of a stranger's opinion on the internet with regards to my fiction.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans, and greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans. The modern internet horror story, like how someone doing something shamelessly on the internet,
The kind of person who says, I know, I'll talk to the internet instead of talking to people. Like, no. You know, funnily enough, the guy who could say something to your younger self, or what would your younger self say to you? The internet is kind of that. In that suddenly, all these
reviewer, just hands down on the internet, he is the best reviewer. Like, if he did politics, yeah, my internet, I like my internet. But then maybe this is why I need to go fucking travelling. Get this, the numbers, by the views, by the search engine optimization, and the great internet machine started by the Google bear.
Like, I would just like to hug someone over the internet. But like Professor Kevin Warwick, you know, decades ago, basically.
This is why actually I feel like sexism seems such a big issue on the internet, because if you are a woman feminist, you are basically,
because if you were to transport a person and you had a slow internet connection, then
it wasn't so long ago that we got the internet. And alright, I know I fucking grown up with it, but, you know, in terms, there was a period where I did that because I didn't just share everything to the entire internet because I didn't give a shit. But
greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans, and today putting things together because this is just goddamn stupid at the moment. You know, the internet is run on advertising, but because, okay, like, people on the internet are like, okay, now if we can just turn things back to the...
I feel like sometimes people on the internet, we assume that, you know, others are stupid. You know, I mean, I'm...
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans. I had this stuff out there on the internet, and I learned about it, and I loved learning about Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans.
Can't now, can I? Because if I become a hermit, if I cut off the internet entirely, all I'm doing is saying, hey, I'll try.
Has a computer and internet because to be honest, even if you've just got a smartphone, and I also happen to have accidentally created a global internet persona, the Fosh News. So I need the internet. I need the internet for some kind of social interaction. there's some kind of excited is because this is Microsoft. This isn't Facebook or some internet startup. This isn't Nintendo playing around with.
Hey, fuckers were telling me to kill myself. And that's fine. That's YouTube. That's the internet. This is the world where people see a... Okay, I'm on the internet. If I wanted just cheap sexual satisfaction, there are so many other ways that I could do it. Anything circulating throughout Twitter or the internet or the memes about how, hey, somebody posted a thing that's negative again, is ending any kind of freedom to speak on the internet if you are American, because dudes, I've been on the internet for fucking 10 years, you know? Like, literally, I set up an automated internet shopping website at the food.
You have an infinite bank account and the internet is just as you left it. Enjoy your Let's Play.
But then, you know, I'm listening to the Hello Internet podcast as, you know, bloody Brady Harron and CGP Grey are talking about, you know, not to do a thing, I'll do it. Kind of the internet is just, oh, look, a target, poof. You know, and this is why trigger warnings for the internet.
Making fun of people on the internet. Then you really do need a video game like Hatred, where in a global intranet where people can say, hey, we want to start a revolution so that we can have an or at least we didn't until the advent of the internet, because now we see it, now we see the mark.
And self-radicalization is something that can happen to anyone with an internet connection. And we've all got smartphones in Britain. Internet, you know, I've got the internet, there is Steam, there is, you know, if I wanted to watch it, I could watch it. As a series of short stories to go out on the internet. With obviously half an eye to adapting them in.
A small difference to the internet. I know because I bloody googled it. It might not be good, and I do. I mean, fangirls are the force of the internet. Fangirls write the fanfiction, they create the GIFs, they...
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. It's, well, it's coming up to
Overnight in a fucking internet connected place that has got connections to fucking murder. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. So, I've been trying to focus.
solve anything, you know, I mean, aside from, you know, training the army of AI overlords. The internet is a post-scarcity land. This isn't some great, yes, trolls, people of the internet, I will defend you. This is me saying, yes, how internet culture is changing people. He was saying that the internet comments are now kind of so prevalent and so...
It was not me saying, here is a fucking weakness, fire at will. But of course, people on the internet, they see a weakness, they...
Greetings, people of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans.
Genuinely, that fuck it, I should be dead, right? And here I am, plastering my face over the internet, having people who want me dead. God damn. Right. It's... And fear, and it's just... It's like the internet is this beautiful, shiny...
As a writer, and someone who tries to make videos on the internet, that kind of too big. It's still just a stupid piece of shit on the internet, not worth getting het up about. But when
Motherfucker, we all upload to the internet. You're commenting on the internet. You're sending me your
There's a war coming. Right? This is the Second World War, but with the internet and news. This is a very dangerous.
fundamentally, you know, I'm a fucking talking head on the internet. It doesn't fucking matter what I goddamn think. Bullies, because the way you deal with bullies is you get off the internet, right? There are people who get who would get angry, like, you're autistic and you're on the just because I am an atheist and I have endorsed on the internet that hey, if you are religious and someone you know is why we have seen such massive social change since the invention of the internet, in my opinion. Because
YouTube has become the mainstream media, right? Like, the internet is the new media. And these YouTubers,
having the power to the house, cutting the internet to pick fights.
greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. So, I've been very clear. Other people were queer-baited because you don't like a certain community on the internet. It's like... privacy is dead. If you search for something on the internet, governments will know. Right? They may not consciously
be so suspicious of black people because of some bullshit fucking statistics that you found somewhere on the internet. Even if that is genuinely what...
We created a world in which people are living longer, in which the internet can flourish. We created a world in which the
people who can't hack the fact that the internet is a horrible place full of horribleness, of horrible.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. Yes, I'm Alex Jahans, and today I have people turn up on my channel to say, you have won free cancers. It's like, that's the internet. The internet is a hive of economic basis. For the internet stops becoming viable, stops being viable, then what happens is that on the one hand, recording, hello people of the internet and stuff, it's 10 past midnight.
So what? Who cares? Idiot was an idiot on the internet. Who cares?
Who fuck closet? But in the age of the internet, you will find that your skeletons in the closet come up someday, okay?
Washed, basically, to being taken advantage of by people on the internet, right? Even if you genuinely believe you would be, basically. You know, it's one thing sharing memes on the internet, and quite another thing when,
because you know I'm cool. I'm cool. I've got a YouTube channel. I'm on the internet. I'm really smart and intelligent. I can tell.
Educator on the internet.
Okay. And the internet connects the ignorant and the stupid and the slightly crazy. I know that this seems stupid and ridiculous, right? The internet, how's the internet gonna solve anything?
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans.
If we stop reading paperback books or hardback books, because we will have the internet to read from. It's just that
myself or in the world, and it's, you know, it's like, yay, somebody's nice to be on the internet. What are they hiding?
Healthy people do not pursue and hate people on the internet with a fucking passion. I don't even hate Donald Trump.
That sexism is such a big issue on the internet because the internet is like a video gamer. We see a weak spot specifically saying that, oh, well, he's perfect for the job, but he makes videos on the internet that we don't like. And you're gonna, you know, and I can stab you, or I can just call you cuck for the rest of your life on the internet. Absolutely, call me a cuck. I'm a cuck. I know it is. All I have is a bunch of lonely losers on the internet who don't like great big threatening red button is a funny thing to do happen to be on the same internet as all the people who genuinely think
that I am someone who makes stupid videos for the internet, and that there are many Let's Plays out there. And this is how it works on the internet and on Facebook. Except what happens now is that my friends will team up when it comes to women. Oh, but you know, they're being really nasty on the internet. And men aren't. And men aren't raping and men aren't killing.
Face. They're like, yeah, I mean, we've got iPads, we've got the internet, are you okay? We've got food, it's fine. Well,
I've stopped reading books because basically I spend all my time on the internet. And I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of a week without internet and electric lights. Okay. And then you make a video like this saying how long has really taken over the internet, and as a result pop culture. A
lot of people on the internet have a lot of ideas that they shout very loudly.
It's Google, because Google shows everything from the internet. So you do not ever want to search paedophilia.
sent a hate mob to go and kill him. Looks like we need to censor the internet, guys. You are literally eroding the very privacy.
To the extent that, you know, like, I spend my life on the internet nowadays on the thing that can be most, because sometimes you read about stuff on the internet and it makes you feel
Genuinely gets to me. And I know this is the internet, so I'm saying, hey guys, here's my...
Then it doesn't do anything, because the great thing about the internet is that it's... My name is Alex Jahans. I say stupid things on the internet and occasionally play games.
Maybe they make it so that you, in order to unlock professional mode, you must Google something from the internet, right? They don't give you the keys, they don't give you...
Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet, of YouTube and of the internet, from prattling about on the internet, talking about nonsense, and frankly embarrassing myself. I know I'm putting this out on the fucking internet, but there's a difference, okay? You know, there is a difference between, you know,
Is that I've seen, you know, people on the internet, and my own sister has said this, that, you know, women
are sort of literature, sort of trawling internet sites and forums for people who might have an idea of what to do. Opinions and share them quite forcefully with others on the internet. And there are things like gamers.
Essentially, he also does sort of stuff on the internet, and people on the internet aren't very nice to him, and he can't, you know, a virus or a hacker over the internet could cause serious harm. And so, as much as I am terrified by the prospect of...
who have things that the internet picks up upon and goes, that's weird, that's weird.
That, hands down, the best reviewer on the internet. He really fucking is. And then there is the guy
Of Africa that actually nowadays, obviously, they've got iPads and computers and, you know, internet, and they have
egalitarians or, you know, normal people, when random idiots on the internet decide to harass and bully.
Straight up posting a naked selfie to the world and saying this would break the internet. No, it won't. We've got porn.
I'm gonna piss you off. Because it is this thing of, you know, you're on the internet, you're showing your heart, someone's gonna fucking
narrative reinforced and reinforced and reinforced, and it's kind of on the internet passively done. We sort of choose to do it ourselves. I mean, I can't remember the names of people who did it, but basically a massive thing went around the internet for a while of, like, you know, with basically every citizen in the world of the internet, right? So
I don't need to pay money for the right to have my own internet website. And so much of
Diary of a Shrunken Woman by Catster, and I was like, ah, it's gone from the internet. It is lost unto the void.
greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans, and greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans. Now, this is I will make exceptions and be friends with people I know on the internet if I actually fucking know them. Being a random stranger.
Yeah, and I also picked up some snowballs because that way I can create infinite snowballs. So yes. We want the acacia leaves.
I'm going to leave it connected to the internet. Like, no, if you are going to create artificial intelligence,
Like, as increasingly more and more things become connected to the internet, you could face an issue whereby
yes, online, because Lord knows, you know, these things can't ever use the internet. On the computer, on the Windows 7, myself. But here's the thing, guys. Google is trained by your actions on the internet. You tell a racist to go away and Google something, he's going to...
We have now reached a point where we can talk freely on the internet, and it doesn't matter what horrible things.
People in the alt-right, so racist, how do they pick up these beliefs? Nature or nurture? Is the internet to blame, or their parents' fault?
okay. I mean, I was listening to Wordfunk lately because I have now caught up with Hello Internet, the Hello Internet podcast. I've now caught up with that.
I mean, I've been noticing the sea change in the internet, in the public, you know, right and left. If you want to disappear on the internet and live a shady double life, you can, you know. We are not in.
Just go wherever there's a wireless internet connection, wherever there's a road, and just be able to work there, be able to stay in.
Piece of kit that is just for, you know, using the internet and browsing Netflix, and everybody just said no, so they said
The meat of the brain, right? And so therefore, with the internet, what you essentially have is a whole host of connected and the monitoring of the overseer. Now, yes, it's the internet, and there are stupid people who will create multiple accounts just to because there are others on the internet who don't like that that I happen to be on the internet.
there are parts of the world, there are parts of the internet where you have a zero tolerance attitude. But equal.
There you are, people of the internet. This is Labour Party's survey to make the world better.
So there should be, right? There should always be little dark corners of the internet where, you know, like, I mean, equally.
I share lots of stuff on the internet, you know. I share lots of stuff onto my Facebook page going, oh, this position, that position.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans, and
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. I am Alexander Gordon Jahans.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. Now, a lot of you are really fucking cool. A lot of you.
good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the internet.
So today, Greetings, internet. So, today, well, first off, I'm Alexander Gordon Jahans, and,
Are more important than how fucking butthurt you feel that some arsehole idiot on the internet won't talk to you the way you want.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans, and this is going to be a very
actually get a custom-built computer for me from over the internet. Okay. I know a company that my friends used before, and
He got bloody bomb threats against him. And you think he's gonna cut off the internet because of a bunch of fuckwits?
they're still there to promote the fact that, hey, I have a thing. You know, every page on the internet will have some form of
This, right here, right now, prattling on to the internet, and what does that get me? That gets me people saying, go kill houses with our high-speed internet connections and our tablet PCs and our laptops and our computers and our, you know, where there is sort of like, you know, internet and phones and TV and stuff like that, and they've got like infinite free food, and
I know, and I'm doing all this weird shit on the internet, and I posted an incredibly honest thing that growth people that we've got on the internet now, and I'm sure will be added to the internet over the next however many years that people. And the mob rules now. The mob of the internet rules. And that is a problem.
European Union before we had the internet. Because once we had the internet, we don't need free movement of people because we've got
The fact that actually intellectual property makes no goddamn sense on the internet. You know, everything I do, the videos and then the internet to kill him. You know, that's kind of the internet, where it's like, you know, if you are going to say, oh no,
needed a constructive way to talk about these things. Okay. And yes, I showed my tits to the internet. I don't know if you noticed it.
So, Ubuntu on my computer with a working internet connection. If it works properly.
by talking to the internet. And on the internet, it is very easy to be cruel and mean.
You can fit within the virtual space of the internet, or virtual reality, or maybe they each
Starving to death, and it doesn't realise it yet because we've got iPads and we've got the internet. So
sense that the cloud economy works because we have an internet, so we can connect all over the world. We have 3D printers. We will trying to stalk someone on the internet because, guys, that isn't gonna help you get a fucking girlfriend. And there obviously are things like, you know, electricity and internet and stuff, but like these are things that would be paid for the internet, and thus is consistently connected with the internet all the time and interested in what random string. In a job interview, why I felt it necessary to tell the internet, you know, the size of my penis. Why I thought, but like, I mean, I've showed my tits on the internet, okay, and I appreciate that that's not porn because watch it live, which means if you're doing that over the internet, if you want to watch it, you know, shitty, low resolution, we kind of previously thought, right? Because partly, you know, the creation of the internet, but also the fact that, you know,
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans, and
that is how the internet works. I know that the internet says, hey, I see you like something. I shall tell you that as the internet has enabled people my age and within my generation to impact that I have a body, about the fact that a bunch of fucking Neanderthalic idiots on the internet disagree with me, then he's thinking about stopping doing what he normally does on the internet. Can't be any more specific than that, and to be honest, I might be being a...
ladies and gentlemen of the jury of the internet, here is my final piece of evidence as to why.
Namely, say and do stuff on the internet, then they get very, very upset. And also, at the same time, 4chan
very much treated and respected. We've got faster internet, because at this point, essentially, the internet, instead of it having to be... Okay, every fucking fucker on the fucking internet gets fucking death threats! Every fucker on the internet who is
Compilation is on your computer. You don't need to rely on internet connections being okay. You can download a HD episode.
see if they do have a plan in place for what happens if the internet becomes so hostile that
9% of the people who come across your content on the internet will maybe message like once or twice. Like, I'm stupid. I'm a crazy man on the internet. Why are you sending me stuff? Why are you watching my videos? Why?
More difference, because on my own I'm nothing, but with access to the internet, to a unified movement for,
you know, I remember the days of the early days of the internet where you'd see universities saying, well, you must, it only idea of self-radicalization that anybody with an internet connection, if they are not careful, if they are not savvy, could... And if you think it doesn't work, again, the advertising industry that supports the internet would not exist if it didn't.
Raven, to plan one, get world famous on the internet and try and get something together with my friend.
Anti these things that people should be very anti about, then the internet says, have you ever considered, I make my living off the internet, and apart from anything else, the reason that,
Which is fucked up, but kind of fucking true, because the internet will hate me no matter what. The internet will, if the nostalgia critic is the PewDiePie of internet reviews, whatever. Anyway, point is, because of people like...
and yes, okay, we've got Virgin Media here, so the internet drops and it drops and it drops, and it's slow and it's not good.
All you are gonna just have to say, you know what, fuck it. It's the internet. You can try and make money. You won't have much luck.
Still, I feel like mob justice on the internet, this whole, especially
To get interaction with your friends, to get better liked on the internet, you share stories. So you from university, and I've been like, why don't you have internet? And I have had moments when I have been like raging. Hello, internet. You're probably wondering why the video is such a weird angle and such a weird has ended, that climate change is fault, that working together through the internet and actually talking to people and
Self-driving cars. We have got the internet, we've got virtual reality, we've got augmented reality.
to get a job actually is because of the internet, because of the technology.
and whenever you say something on the internet, like, people will only comment if they disagree with you, because if they agree with you,
People who are even just slightly to the left. I mean, on the internet we have a habit of saying he will do something stupid like cut the power to the house, like cut off the internet, like decides to
You can't destroy cultural memory. The internet is an idea that exists. Someone will make it again. Even if
programming to go, there is a target, I must attack. And almost that's the way I view the internet. You know, I just assume, oh, well, you're doing it because services, they know that they are free from the issues of the internet not being neutral anymore because they're local.
anyone who stands utterly undefeated on the field of battle on the internet, why would you ever want to stand against someone who counts? It's like, that's the internet. The internet is a hive of villainy and horribleness. The internet does not give a shit for the person.
The period during which I should have cut myself off from the internet and said, okay, you know what, I'm not going to touch Facebook or other woman who expresses an opinion that men on the internet dislike have to deal with, right? Because I'm a man, right?
and the echo chamber filter bubble. And the internet allows you to meet up with all sorts of different people.
With electricity, there's going to be one cable coming to your house supplying you with internet. There's going to be one
I care about, because I was like, I've met some people on the internet who identify as feminists and they don't like me, and
Theory, you could interlink all of the different programs that are built on the internet using the internet's code and connected to the internet. It's one of these things where, you know, you can't just say, you know, internet trolls are fucking evil, so sorry. Ridiculous, right? The internet, how's the internet gonna solve anything, you know? I mean, aside from, you know, training the army
area, I have the perspective to give, because you know what? The internet is full of angry cis white men telling,
and it's just insults on the internet, it doesn't matter. And on the other hand, you are saying it's rape threats on the internet, kick me here, punch me here, this is how you get to me, come on, you know internet, hit me here, do it right.
and so, and he is kind of very aware of internet memes and stuff, so he kind of, just in himself, I am the idiot who showed his tits to the internet. I'm not saying anything about myself to kind of fool you into thinking that is just vent on YouTube and the internet, but it keeps me the fuck alive. And I suppose that's a crazy fucking writer who
gets angry on the internet. Okay. I'm not big and I'm not clever and I'm not. So what he does is he finds this person's body on the internet, finds an image of them, maybe this, you know, if they've honesty to fucking internet trolls. You know? There is a very simplistic honesty and nobility to people who just want sexism. That to the fucking trolls on the internet is like walking around as Superman with like kryptonite. Tubes that are, you know, so many miles long. Essentially what you have, all the internet has to do is connect between network and network.
About killing women, and yes, I realise that certain stupid groups of the internet might do that, but bearing in mind that certain groups of the internet
and then will complain to me saying, why do you tell people on the internet your entire life story? And this is the woman, the people are very dismissive, especially on the internet. The internet is the worst place in the world because the internet privacy, it's about the security of the fucking internet. It's about the security of people's bank accounts, of people's
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet and whatever.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans, and don't have to go to Syria. You know, they've got a good internet, a good enough internet connection. They can fucking do it from home, mate.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans. Boring. There is the entirety of the fucking internet, the entirety of stuff of stuff from the past is being updated onto the internet. The entirety.
Because of course, this is what the fucking idiots on the internet do, right? You say, I don't want this to happen. Location tracking and cameras and microphones and the internet and Wi-Fi and 3G, that all these things are there in our self-reinforcing system of bullshit, right? And then the internet comes along. And then the internet comes along. I wanted to change the world for the better. Because I think what the internet gives us is a way for the young. You know, you will always lose. You know, I could cut off your internet at a moment's notice. I could kick you out of
Bipolar mother. It's not just idiots on the internet. It's not just kind of pop culture fears, but it's genuinely.
Oh, God bless the internet. God bless the bloody internet, one and all. Or, you know, now the internet and virtual reality and augmented reality, things like that. I can take it. I can take 4chan. Let the arseholes of the internet throw their vile at me. It's fine.
Using us, we'll let you starve in the vacuum of the internet. I'm like, yay! I can continue making my videos without being bothered by 4chan people. You know, lives nearby. But if it's just some random idiot on the internet, block, ban. So this isn't about.
In the 80s, and we got computers. We got computers and colour internet and colour TVs and five
In a plot to take over the world in sci-fi. You know, how many times has the internet been used to take over the world? Sopa, pepper. That's attention. That's nice. So yeah, but the shame when the internet does destroy people, destroy brilliant. Feminism hasn't done a fuck ton of good. But then the internet happens. Okay. And the internet connects printers. So that means you're bringing the post-scarcity world of the internet into the real world
of, you know, random internet media. You can look away. You don't have to be so violent. You can go, if you can write and you have access to the internet in like public libraries or whatever, then it's the internet. Welcome to the internet, where you can be friends with people on the other side of the planet. I don't know off the top of my head how many of them have internet access, but it's at least 1 million, right? And what's the phrase? 1 million. Doxing. Doxing is the act of leaking private information onto the internet in the hopes of.
And so we are now in this period of late capitalism where we have the worldwide internet. We are actively searching for other life. There is no other life.
Programs that are built on the internet, using the internet's code and connected to the internet, and work out some kind of mathematical program to work out a who is utterly fucking shameless. I am the guy who has shown his tits to the internet and talked about how tiny his cock is. Certain groups of the internet also think it's okay to fuck babies. So saying that certain groups on the internet do something fucking weird and monstrous isn't
and are talked about on the internet a lot and are requested a lot. But also, be consistent. Have a clean.
And it just got me so inspired, because here is a bunch of people on the internet who don't know each other, who are working.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans,
And I have do all kinds of loopholes to let you do whatever the fuck you like. But equally, it's the internet. Everything is data. And what that... Okay, right, you can't put the genie of the internet back in the bottle, right? Unless Russia,
YouTube would rather, YouTube and sort of the internet information economy would rather,
the internet is this insane experiment where you have the loosest world of code. The internet is a world of electronic data. Now, in theory, you can create...
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Johansson, and today
Why I felt it necessary to lick my tit on the internet, then I would feel inclined to tell my employers why on earth.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. Someone said I should brush my hair. With the, elite at the top and the peasants at the bottom, what we are seeing on the internet is the, the free citizen.
This is how we get the sort of bloom of Plaid Cymru. Because the internet allows people to remember. It allows...
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans.
Can have, the internet and sort of stuff like that. Maybe that's...
Create. And I share it with people and I'm like, yeah, this is mine, I love it. The internet doesn't fucking care. It's gonna...
Look at me. I'm an ugly fucker who rants on the internet and, wrote 60,000 words on the story Fuzzy Logic, which...
you are a fucking creepy idiot on the internet. Your opinion does not matter. It is irrelevant. Fuck.
Is kind of both hilarious and horrifying. But that's the internet. That's the internet. That's what the internet
Is underpowered if all you want to do is surf the internet and do a bit of writing. It's like you don't notice.
and we were focusing on the fact of, hey, there's the internet and Facebook and Twitter and Google and iPhones. Look at the sexy iPhone. Right, I mean, this is an idea that's kind of brought up by C.G.P. Gray in sort of Hello Internet and Cortex, this idea of cognitive load. No, I'm not fucking joking. I want the internet, I want the parts of the internet that have decided.
And a toilet. But, yeah. Okay, so internet, plumbing, a room, and food, squash. I'd be fine.
Bullshit assertion that I read it on the internet, therefore it must be true. And so I'm just like, okay, you know what, fuck him. Like the pacifier, and you know, the internet memes about him being a D&D dork and sort of voicing Groot. So to see him
For the right to vote, but that was when we didn't have the internet, when we didn't have the right to clearly and distinctly make our points and fight.
got iPads. We've got iPads and the internet. And we're really cool. You know, we've got Tinder. We're fine. You know, what we can do is let some fucking stranger on the internet decide that he's gonna tell me how to live my life now.
Reading constantly, continually on the internet, but have problems reading on a book, and why I might.
So I close the internet down. Well, not literally the internet, but I close my browser down. I close.
I say some stuff on the internet, so I am doing my bit to change the world and make the world better. And
The forecaster said, "There's this guy over here doing videos on the internet. He's doing stuff. What do we think?" And they also said, "I say,
I've had trolls before. I showed my breasts on the internet and I had trolls. Amazing. No,
because we've all got the internet connection, and the thing is, right, self-radicalization is not.
You have a whole load of biases that are saying, don't trust this guy on the internet, because he's a bit weird. So they're... Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Alex Jahans, and today...
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. It is 3 a.m. 3 a.m. Golly gee whiz. Sent to me by fucking strangers over the internet. No, like that's just there so that the fuckwits who have did. You know how like in the internet it's just it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter what you're interested.
Oh, hello internet. It's me, Alex Jahans, Gordon Jones, the anti-critic, whatever you want to call me. So, of course they're going to spend a lot of their time on the internet and stuff. But it is this thing of, like, time? Does anybody else on the internet give a crap about any other time somebody has contributed? Address a little logical fallacy that I have seen around and about the internet. So it's kind of something that I've seen a lot. It's a basic necessity of life, and once you have the basic hook into the internet, you don't need to pay for anything else.
Because that makes them feel better because they're small-minded individuals. I know that is how the internet works. I know that the internet says
Best for a while to sort of keep these two separate internet worlds separate, but basically, have you ever heard of a place called DeviantArt? And you have upkeep issues in terms of, like, you need internet, you need electricity. And
you know they've still got internet and iPhones and you know digital watches. But you know it's a hard. I mean, it might not just be the right wing, but this particular demographic of the internet loves the idea of the trigger warnings. Is that it's an ideological contagion that can spread through the internet. So you make it so that you can see the ideological contagion.
Pretty much since I was 14, I've been putting the word Farschnook out there on the internet. Like, when you search Farschnook, F-A-R, freedom of speech if you want things to be good, but honestly, this on the internet is what I've been saying about what I would want.
Go do that, you know. You are free to set up somewhere else on the internet, right? Go ahead. You know, I may even link to it, right? Because I've linked to 40 in the middle of nowhere. You know, I'm no longer going to be on the internet. You know, I'm just going to cut off and walk away. Like, that's
Not Alexa, it's the Amazon Echo. I literally just listened to a Hello Internet episode where they talked.
Essentially, like, the way YouTube works, the way the internet works, is you need to leave a, you know, at least
There's nothing I can do, right? And again, I know the nature of the internet is that if I make a statement,
there will be a level where you can just go on the internet, although of course you'll have a normal computer for that. So, like, okay, replacing computers, getting better internet, fixing things in the house, maybe getting solar panels on the roof.
I'll see you then.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. So we're back after the cut.
you don't have to engage in these parts of the internet. I know. And actually, Anita Sarkeesian is kind of the opposite end of the spectrum in the.
If you're on the internet and you get insulted, it's the internet.
The internet is full of horrible, horrible people.
End of. They have. There's this sort of like meme thing on the internet of, you know, you can press this button and this thing will happen.
Change challenge. A week without internet and electric lights. Report their success or failure and highlight the issues.
Hold your tongue as well if you are on the left. Or you need to agree that words on the internet don't matter, in which case feminists need to fucking shut their I did actually show my tits to the internet. So I'm not about to criticize someone for saying that they want to show off their body.
But I do happen to live in quite a good house, and I do happen to have good internet. I do happen to have, you know, quite,
You know, like how might we come to an accord with the internet, you know? Maybe it decides I'm fucking sick of your meme. I was not happy at all about that.
And then the internet went out. And that was fun. Me, angry as fuck. Embarrassed by my fucking you. It's dependent on your ability to use internet moderation tools to protect yourself. Okay? People constantly say to me, but you shouldn't be on